Yo, I just went ahead and went live. Is that what it is?
Incoming fire.
Of course our robot would know what the Morse code is. How could I be so silly? Alright, well, I am really looking forward to this. I'm so excited.
Me too.
Oh yeah, this will be great.
Captain, we're detecting strange signals on the screen. It appears we've been hosted.
We've already got a host. And Rem's amazing voice there.
I thought it was actually Rem for a second.
It's in character, you know.
That's right. It is actually. All right, and I'm just tweeting this out as well. There we go. Doing all the things, and I think we've got it. So cool. Yeah, we're just gonna wait and see how people are doing. And Mr. Good Zone, whoop whoop. A voice from the third party. That's right. We're playing Star Wars today. Star Wars Edge of the Empire, Episode 2, which I'm really excited about. And thank you, Zizel, for that host, by the way.
Come on.
Oh, man. And happy Saturday, everyone.
Thank goodness.
Right?
Yep, right.
So much for hosting.
Soon enough.
Thank you. And Jared and Mario, welcome to the stream. Thank you. You're playing Happy Dungeons? It's new and free. I haven't heard of Happy Dungeons. Does anyone know Happy Dungeons?
Nope.
Never heard of it.
Is it a mobile game?
I never hear about new things.
I try to. I always think that I'm really in the loop, and then there's always something where I'm just like, I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's always hard to find those, especially as a small-time streamer. We should actually have a channel maybe where we can lob ideas around.
Yeah, that's a
games.
good idea.
Sure.
Full of good ideas.
For sure.
Or it was Spain. What to do? I was either full of good ideas or I was full of pain. I'm not sure which it was.
Fair enough. Well, everyone in chat, are you hyped for a little bit of Star Wars role playing today?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
I could barely sleep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
I'll admit I actually did wake up at like 4 a.m, partly because because Baby Mana kicked me in the head, but also partly because I was excited for Star Wars. So.
Awesome.
Ooh, let's see. Good Zone says that Happy Dungeons may have come out last year. At least they think. Jared says Star Wars roleplay. I call Darth Vader. Oh man. Oh, thank you so much, Jared, for coming to the stream. Well, that is our cue that we are now officially at that 9:30 mark, at least for those of us on the West Coast. And that means that the stream has officially started. So before we go on, we do have a couple of, I guess, changes to the stream this week. I figured it'd be a good time to go through them. The first is that our Pash will now be played, thankfully, by someone who was able to hop in and take over that role, as Yoda Stein was not going to be able to be here. And so I will have all of us introduce ourselves, shout ourselves out, but let me first say, hey yo everyone, and welcome. I'm your friend Art of Mana, and let's dive into this Star Wars Edge of the Empire Episode 2 stream. And maybe I can turn it over to Dash next to introduce himself.
Hello, I'm Dash Magnum. I will be running today's game as the game master, storyteller, what have you. You can find me on Twitter at Dash Magnum. I'm sorry, it's not a very interesting account. I mainly just retweet other people and cool art I find online. Don't feel like you have to follow. It's not much there, but yeah, I'm excited for today's game, and thank you all for watching.
Awesome. And then Remiko.
Hello, I'm Remuka. I'm mostly able to be found at Ramuko0 at Twitter. And I also stream and do stuff like roleplay games pretty often.
Indeed, and mostly Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Yes. But it is interesting. Yeah.
Awesome. And if we can go ahead and go to Tech Jockey.
Pleasure to be here. I'm actually not very connected with Twitter or Twitch or any of that, but I'm a longtime player of West End games for Star Wars. And yeah, I'm glad to have been able to fill in here.
Thank you again so much for doing that. And finally, Zizal.
Hi, I am the Owl08, also known as Zizal. I also stream mostly Pokemon content over at the Owl08 TV at Twitch, and you can also follow me at Twitter at ZOwl08.
Awesome. So if you don't follow some of these cool peeps, then I do encourage you to do that. And with that in mind, I do believe it is time that we begin by saying a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Liftoff! While on the desert planet of Tatooine, an unlikely band of ruffians made a desperate gambit to escape the tyrannous employment of the crime lord Timo the Hutt. After a showdown with Gamorrean guards in a dusty cantina, the bounty hunter Askara, medical droid 41 Vex, the hired gun Lorik, and the smuggler Pash learn of a ship that might just be able to be commandeered. After a harrowing escape through the city chased by stormtroopers, the band locates the ship in its docking bay and quickly escorts its owner outside. The crew begin their ascent, but with blaster fire behind them and atmosphere ahead of them, not to mention a hyperdrive in need of repair, the newly formed crew is only out of the frying pan, but not the fire.
And that is where we begin today. The camera, the view, we see the Crate Fang, a rusty, almost orangish yellow colored YT-1300 freighter, zipping through space, peeling away from the atmosphere of Tatooine, and we zoom inside to see our 4 crew members. Why don't we start with the pilot, Posh, the smuggler. Posh, what are you doing at the moment?
I'm actually going to make a quick diagnostics check on the craft to see the status of the various systems and to do a sensor sweep, if I may.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for that right now because actually, at the moment, while you're doing fine flying, but the control board for the Crate Fang is alight with several signals that are flashing right now. The most prominent one of which is one right in the center. And one thing you notice right away, a lot of the language is still in Trandoshan. Trex, the bounty hunter who you... man, I like how you put it. You escorted off the ship while it was flying.
Yep. It was
High
just
in the atmosphere.
swiftly escorted off.
Was a Trandoshan lizard man. And it's currently in his native language, the Trandoshan language. But there's one, fortunately, that's still in basic. A flashing red light reading low fuel.
Oh, great.
Crew, this is your captain. I think our fuel level is master caution.
We'll come back to you in a second, Posh. Let's move on to Lorik, the Wookiee hired gun. Lorik, where are you right now?
Well, I just help escort the Trandoshan off of the ship. But I think we need to install a certain part, I believe. And I think that I probably want to go ahead and do that.
All right. That is, that's the hypermatter igniter, which I believe either you or Vex has at the moment. And I think Vex was pretty close to you at the moment. So Vex, how about you? Are you going to be helping Lowrick, or do you have your own idea of what to do next?
I would like to help and assist him.
All right, then the two of you begin walking down the rightward curving corridor towards the engine room, and we'll go away from you guys, and we the camera shifts down a hatch to the bottom gun port where Ascara, our Twi'lek bounty hunter, is currently sitting. Ascara, what are you up to right now? You going to stick in the gunner's seat, or what are you up to?
I think at this point, first of all right, so we've made it far enough away that the blaster fire from the stormtroopers isn't an immediate threat. Is that correct?
That is correct. You are, like I said, you're in the upper atmosphere right now, quickly making your way to space to escape the gravity well of the planet.
Okay, so Ascara is, she knows what's going on in terms of battles and escapes and things like this. So I think I need to be immediately moving into action, figuring out the next step. What are the other things? Kind of locking down the ship, making sure there isn't anyone else around, or any other problems that might be coming.
All right, very good. No rolls just yet, but a couple things that all four of you are noticing. It's quite loud on the ship, and it's not just the engines. There are all kinds of little alarms, sounds. Ascara, you think you can hear the sound of, maybe music with lots of grunts and roars coming from somewhere in the ship? You're not exactly sure where.
Music and grunts and roars?
Yes. Nothing you can identify as, lyrics or songs, but just some kind of noise that you think you may have heard inside Teimo's palace at some point, but no, not sure what that is. Also for all four of you, for three of you, but especially Lowrick, there's a weird smell on this ship, and it's not pleasant. In fact, Lowrick, I'm going to say you can recognize it right away. It's the smell of rotting meat somewhere on this ship. Sweet. And it's very overpowering. Lowrick's having a bad time right now. Vex, you're fine. You don't have a nose. Your sensors can pick up the particles, the scent, but no problem for you.
I'm like Krillin.
Exactly.
Not me. I can survive in space.
And Pash and Ascara, you're starting to see this visually, but Pash, you're seeing on your sensors, there are a trio of 3 small ships rapidly rising out of the atmosphere to follow you. And Ascara, as they draw closer, you recognize the distinctive shape of Imperial TIE fighters. But before we go into combat, I want to introduce a new mechanic to make things a little more interesting. Last time I kind of want to let you guys have a chance to learn how to do the skill rolls and everything. But this new mechanic is called the Destiny Spread. So everyone right now, if you can, roll for me just one of the white die and tell me whether you get black or white pips and how many of each.
I got 1 dark pip.
1 dark pip. All right, let me get I'm going to start putting tokens down. So.
And you said just 1 white, right?
1 white, yeah. So 1 dark.
I also got 1 dark pip.
1 dark.
I got 1 as well.
Oh boy, I have so many dark pips to play with. This is going to be great.
I got 2 white.
Oh, good job,
Good on you,
Rem. And I'll explain these in a little more detail in just a second once I get them out. So that's 3 dark, 2 white, and I will roll 1 as well.
Are you guys all dark?
I know. Not so
I'm a
great.
good boy.
So actually, the way the dice is set up, the dark side pips show up more often, but there's more multi-light side pips.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
And I rolled 1 light side for you guys. So this is perfect. We have a perfect balance of 3 dark and 3 light side. And as I explained to the players a little while earlier, these are things that both the player and I can use to kind of make things more interesting. If at any point the players want to turn one of their green ability dice into a yellow skill dice, like let's say Posh needs to make a survival roll, but he doesn't have any skill in survival, so he only has, like, say, 2 green die. he can flip and change one of these white light side points to a red dark side point, and he can get that skill upgrade. Now he'll be rolling 1 yellow, 1 green. Or if he wants to, he can introduce something that's just helpful to him. Like, for example, in this space combat, if he wants to say, hey, there's a small debris field that I can try and fly through and maybe lose our pursuers through, he can flip, again, one of those light to dark, and now in the narrative story, there is a debris field he can use. So that's how the players can use it. Now the players can only flip light to dark. To go the other way, I can flip dark side to light points to make either rolls more difficult for the players, or to introduce things that are helpful to me as the GM to make things more dangerous, more thrilling, more exciting. So it's meant to go kind of back and forth. The light side of the force and the dark side, the balance goes back and forth, much like in the story. So this is just a little mechanic to make things a little more interesting, and we'll see how it goes. And again, if anyone wants to know what the current Destiny spread is, I have it there on the map. But I also have my own little physical set of tokens that I'm going to be using just to kind of help me remember. So if anytime anyone wants to know what the current Destiny spread is, just ask, and I will let you know.
Okay.
So, next, let's roll initiative.
I would like to say that we can see the space map.
Oh yeah, we should transition to the next map.
Oh, right.
Also, where are they located on the map?
If you zoom out a bit, I kind of have it set up right now where the Crate Fang is kind of in the upper right-hand corner, and I have a trio of 3 TIE fighters kind of in the lower left of the map. And
Yeah,
then the
we are
Destiny
still
spread.
we are still in the landing bay.
Okay, now how?
So all you have to do, and actually I'll do this right now, but there's a little ribbon that says players, and we just have to move that ribbon over to space. And I've just done that.
Thank you.
No worries.
I see it.
All right. So as a reminder to do initiative, it's rolling just your cool or your vigilance skill.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I actually need to go
And
in here
I will be
and look
building
that
this-
up.
I will be building. Yeah. Does everyone have access to their character sheets? That's another good question.
Ooh,
I
tech,
do.
Tech Jockey might not. That might be something to check out.
Actually, I'm good. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
I think we set that up earlier when I was introducing him to Roll20.
Perfect.
and I got 3 successes and 2 advantages.
Okay, let me get my notes open.
And I don't remember
that's
what
good.
I'm supposed to roll.
We won a hero slot early, and by the way, Tech Jockey, I know we do things kind of differently in our game, but I am going to go with the rules in the game of there's hero slots and villain slots, and anyone can go in any slot they want.
I see.
So let
And
me.
I don't actually remember what I'm supposed to roll.
So
Cool or vigilance?
yeah. So well, if you look on the character sheet, you can choose whichever one you have more skill ranks in, or whichever one you think, if they're even, whichever one sounds cooler. Maybe go with cool for that reason.
I'm
Cool
actually
or
going with vigilant because
Vigilance,
I have
yeah.
points in there.
All right.
And
So
which die do you have to roll?
So yeah, so you'll start with like next to it there should be a governing attribute, which I believe for vigilance is willpower and cool is presence.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to start with that many green dice, and then for every skill rank, one of those green dice gets swapped out for a yellow die.
So just to clarify, so the if I'm doing vigilance, that's a yellow dice. If I have 1 vigilance.
Yes, if you have 1 skill rank, like again, you're going to start. If you're using vigilance, you're going to start with your willpower.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that many green dice.
Right.
So like say you have like a 2 willpower, you'll have 2 green die.
Exactly.
If you have 1 skill rank, you're going to take one of those green die away and make it a yellow instead.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Okay.
I thought it was
I
just an
understand
ad. All right. Good.
Yeah, and it would be nice
Darn.
if it was that way. A lot
That would
more
be
dice
nice.
to roll, but-
Okay, so if I have 2 willpower, it would be 2 dice, but one of those, since I have 1 vigilance, one of those is going to become yellow.
Yeah, so it's going to be 1 yellow, 1 green for you.
Cool, cool.
That reminds me, I should roll for the TIE Fighter pilots.
And I got 2 successes and 2 advantages.
I got 2 success and 1 advantage.
Okay, so we got...
And the sort of, I think it looks like 2 wreaths with like a planet in between. That's a triumph, right?
That's an advantage.
Sorry, that's an advantage.
The
That's right.
triumph is the circle with like the lightsaber.
Gotcha.
kind of flash
Okay,
on it.
so like the Jedi Academy.
Yeah. that
yeah.
kind of look.
So then I have
That's the
one.
triumph.
I have one success and one advantage.
Okay. Then here is the way the current initiative is. We have 1 hero slot, 1 villain slot, then 2 heroes, 2 villains, and then 1 hero. So, as we begin this combat, we have 1 hero slot open right at the top. Who would like to go first?
Can I claim, since I'm still presumably somewhat near the gunnery, maybe that I kind of noticed something as I'm well, no, actually, maybe it would make sense for me to not have noticed, because I'm kind of looking out throughout the ship, maybe.
Let me say this. Let me kind of set the scene a bit better. We are getting to the point now where the TIEs are catching up close enough where they can either begin making maneuvers or start maneuvering into position to fire very soon.
Ooh, okay.
So,
I think I agree. You should go first, Mana.
Okay.
So, what range are they then?
they are in short range, and they're, just to give you guys a little bit of a peek into the future, they're probably going to be using their next action to close into firing range.
Okay, so one more range band left.
Yeah.
You go first, Mala.
I would say either myself or Pash, because we could have some fancy flying.
I will take this opportunity to actually make a piloting check.
Okay, what kind of piloting check are you making? Are you going to try and gain the advantage?
I am going to try to gain the advantage, actually.
All right. This is a... to explain some of the... Well, yeah, I can explain this. So, gain the advantage is an action a pilot can take that's supposed to kind of represent, you know, the art of dogfighting. So when you try and gain the advantage, you're basically trying to set yourself up so that you have more advantages over your opponent. It can be either flying behind, you know, doing a flip and flying behind them so that they can't shoot at you, or it can be, you know, maneuvering in such a way that they have to wheel around in order to come back at you for another pass. We can play with it in the narrative sense, but it's basically supposed to represent if he succeeds, then he will have the advantage in this fight. That means if at any point, due to maneuvers, there would be disadvantages, he can remove those if he has the advantage.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
So,
I vote that.
It's very nice.
Now, by the same token, on their turn, the TIE pilots can try and gain the advantage, but each time you do, the difficulty goes up, as it, you know, and it gets harder and harder to outmaneuver the other person. All right, now, for this check, Pash, because they are a size category smaller than you, this is going to be a hard check. So it's going to be
Roger that.
3 purple. Also, keep in mind, because the ship has a handling ranking of -1, you have 1 setback die.
And I will use my talent of skilled jockey to remove that setback.
There you go.
Whoa.
We're doing the game.
We've got a ringer.
Someone knows the rules.
Guess what I got?
What did you get?
I got a straight wash.
Oh.
No. Okay.
Rip.
So what that means is or Pash, describe what it looks like of you trying to gain the advantage but it not working. Tell us what happens.
Okay, so just to clarify, they're behind us, right? Rising up from the planet?
Currently behind you, they're using their speed to try and catch up. TIEs have a speed ranking of 5. I believe the Crate Fang only
It's
has
3.
Is
It's
a 3.
3.
So
Yeah.
they're catching up pretty quick. I mean that.
So I
TIEs
try
in
to
the
pull a loop, and it doesn't quite catch them the way I want them to because I'm too slow, and they're able to cut the distance.
Yeah, you try and pull that loop, and they hang right there with you the whole time. And as you come out of it, they're still right on your tail, unfortunately. Sorry.
That's fine. That's how it's
All
going.
right. So next is a villain slot. And one of those TIEs, what he's going to do is he's going to go into a maneuver called Stay on Target. Stay on Target, basically you keep going in basically a straight pattern. It is easier for you basically get a free upgrade to attack, but the opponent also has a free upgrade to attack you as well when you're doing Stay on Target. Basically, you're flying straight. It's easy for you to make a shot. It's easy for you to be shot in this. So I'm going to make a little notation here, and he is going to be using his action to close a little bit closer to you guys. So next turn he'll be able to shoot, and he's just staying real nice and steady, no evasive maneuvers. So that is that hero slot. Next we have 2 more hero slots. Who would like to go?
So I think this is where...
Gunner.
Yeah, I think this is where Askara comes in.
You got one guy lining himself up for a nice shot, but you've got a nice shot on him.
Okay, so this day just keeps getting worse. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. I've got this little thing here. Oops. That is. Oh, I thought I had something that would work for. Yeah, I have. It's piloting.
You should have gunnery.
It's gunnery?
Gunnery is the skill.
Oh, I do.
You want to
No,
stay
that's
in the
right.
turret.
I did have it. Okay, that's where it is. I have 1 in gunnery. So.
Okay. And
then,
because if you're aiming for the guy who's getting close, because he's staying on target, you're going to get basically the effect of an additional skill rank to hit him.
Okay.
You're free up.
So, does that mean that I have if I have 1 in gunnery, what is that? That goes to agility, and I've got 4 in agility.
Yes, you do.
So that means I have 2 yellow, 2 green.
For this roll, yes, it's going to be 2 yellow, 2 green. Now, because even though he's close, because he's faster than your ship, this is going to be an average check.
What meaning? So I roll that.
2 purple.
Oh, let me add 2 purple. Hold on. Well,
Okay.
should I just rolled the 2 green and the 2 yellow. Should I count that and then roll the 2 purple?
Yeah, you're using a different app, so
I'll just add the 2 purple in then.
Yeah.
So, okay, so as of just the 4 dice, I have 4 successes and 1 advantage.
okay.
And then let me just quickly grab the 2 purples, add those, and I get a... What's the sort of imperial looking one?
If it's the cog, that's a threat.
Okay, then I have 1 threat.
1 threat. Lucky. Oh, well, unfortunately, it's going to take away the advantage you got, but that's okay. You got 4 successes. So the damage on the dorsal turrets starts at 6. You got 4 successes. That's going to upgrade it to 10 damage.
Nice.
And yeah, these ties only have 2 armor, so that's going to... Armor works kind of like soak. It's going to take 2 off of that, so now you're doing 8 damage. Unfortunately for the TIE Fighter pilot, it only has 6 hull. That is an X-TIE pilot. Good.
Nice
Good going.
shooting, Bounty Hunter.
So 1 TIE is just gone. He thought he had an easy shot. He thought, nah, these guys, they don't know how to work the guns. Last mistake he ever made.
You will not be getting between me and my freedom today.
All right, that is your turn. We have 1 more hero slot. Would one of
I would like to take that, and I want to prepare the
the hypermatter?
I want to prepare the thing for the thing that Loic is carrying.
All right, you want to get the that set up? Okay, to install that hypermeter igniter, you guys enter the engine room. You can hear the sound of blaster fire outside the ship. You hear an explosion. Fortunately, not on the ship, but somewhere just behind the ship. So you feel a little better about that. And you can see there are a couple of red warning symbols flashing around where the hyperdrive is. It's going to require an average mechanics check to prep the hypermatter relay.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your mechanics skill with 2 purple die.
Can I assist him in this at all?
No. I'm trying to make
got
it
it.
prepared for you.
Yeah, he's trying to assist you. So this is going to be an average check to kind of prep the area.
Mechanics, right?
Should go off of intelligence, I believe.
Yes, it's intellect.
Yeah, so that's Vex's sweet spot. I think you got a
I got
4
2
intelligence.
successes.
2 successes. All right. So, Vex, you trundle on up to the hyperdrive, and you just immediately got one of those little scomplings that R2D2 uses. Those pops out of, say, like your wrist. You plug in and you start going through the diagnostic, and there is a brief hiss, and the hyperdrive access port opens up, ready for Lorik to install that relay. Excellent work. All right. But next we have 2 villain slots. So
With us.
now those 2 ties, they saw their wing leader just get immediately vaporized. So instead of doing stay on target, they're going to do one called evasive maneuvers. Evasive maneuvers is the exact opposite of stay on target.
Nice.
Instead of making it easier to shoot and easier to be shot, this makes it harder to be hit, but also harder for them to hit you guys. So it's going to upgrade their difficulty to shoot you guys. But they're going evasive, but they are also, again, they're basically moving up on your guys' flanks.
Right.
But
So
they're going evasive
we,
and trying to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We have
So
a
when you
blind
guys
spot.
try to you a little bit of, well, no, you're in turret, so you can
yeah.
swivel around.
Okay.
And they're not like going like right even. They're kind of they're going evasive. So they're doing a lot of kind of they're juking. They're zipping from side to side, up and down, trying to make it as hard for you to shoot them as possible. But it's also make it harder for them to shoot you guys on their next turn.
Okay.
You know, we also have a second turret.
We do.
We do, but as I don't know if I point out this time, you guys cannot make the jump to light speed until you get that hypermatter relay installed.
Right.
So, and you guys are already well on your way to getting it installed. I am going to say probably 41 Vex. You definitely know, and Lorik, you may know as well. Once it's installed, it takes a while for basically the device to cycle through itself and calibrate itself. So there's going to be a couple of rounds while you're waiting for it to warm up. So once you get installed, you're going to have a couple rounds more of combat. But once it's warmed up, then Posh can make an astrogation check to make the jump to light speed. But that's getting a bit ahead of ourselves.
Come on,
So-
team. Hurry it up. We need to get to hyperspace quickly. I'll hold them off.
We're sitting Minox out here.
Wookiee growl.
I do think we need to escape as fast as possible.
All right. Lorik, the last hero slot is yours.
All right, I guess I'm gonna try to install this hyperdrive thing.
All right. That's again going to be an average mechanics check, but I'm going to add 1 setback since Posh is kind of flying the ship around. And this is a pretty delicate work. So it'll be 2 purple, 1 black.
And I don't have any skill points in mechanics, so let's do this.
Do you want to flip a destiny point and give yourself 1 yellow?
You know what? I should do that. I think I will.
All right. Let me then... Going to... Sorry, 1 second. All right, so now we're at 4 dark, 2 light. And now you can make one of those green die a yellow die for your roll.
Awesome.
And I rolled 2 advantages.
2 advantages. So here's what I'm going to say. You didn't get any successes, so it's not installed yet. But I'm going to say those advantages, either you or Vex can use those to add bonus die to your next attempt to install it. So you've got it started, it's just it's going to be taking longer than you thought. Again, the ship's moving around too much. You're a big Wookiee, and the ceilings probably weren't designed with your height in mind. So you're having to kind of stoop down, and you're already kind of grumpy because of the smell.
I'm not used to this ship.
Exactly. They don't make these for Wookiees.
You bumped us out a few times.
You're kind of, Vex is interjecting with helpful advice, but you don't want to hear it. You're just kind of, swatting at him like, no, let me do this. Let me do this. All right, and that takes us.
No, you should. No.
You forgot to cut the power first.
Oh, yes.
Alrighty, so that takes us back to the top of initiative. Posh.
Yes.
You see those ties pulling up close. They're juking and they're swaying and going back and forth like crazy. Ascara spooked them good, but they will probably be taking some shots next turn. What do you
Very
want?
well. I will try to gain the advantage again.
Okay. Same as before. Hard check. No setback because of your skill. Do you want to flip a destiny point?
Actually, no. I did roll it, and I got a success,
Oh.
2 threats, and a triumph.
Ooh.
A triumph. Ooh,
Wow.
Okay.
And I know exactly what happens, if you'll let me.
Tell us.
I pull a Top Gun.
Go.
Oh.
I hit the brakes, and those 2 threats are system strain that goes onto the cryo thing. Some things start to spark and smoke, but ultimately they fly right by, giving us all a perfect shot.
Yes. Yes.
Bet you didn't learn that in the Imperial Academy.
So yeah, the great
Parachute
thing
pilot, thank you so much. Perfect.
just comes, and those ties just go zipping right ahead. And
Yes.
there's a brief shot inside the tie cockpit. What just happened? Where'd it go?
Where did they go? Blast them!
Sir, we lost the ship. Oh no, it's behind us.
And I believe this is Oscara coming up next, right?
Yes.
That triumph. Maybe I can give boost dives to everybody to shoot, or to maybe let the hypermatter reactor activate faster.
You could do that. You could also make any checks the ties make this round that much harder. Give them more red die to roll.
You know what? I'll do that.
Okay, there you go. Or like I said, let me give you some more options. But yeah, you could also give maybe a free skill upgrade to the installation of the hypermatter relay. That's an option too. What do you think would be best?
Well, so that they don't have to keep flipping destiny points, maybe giving them a boost die on their next check might be more prudent.
Okay. They can have yet an additional boost die to the next check. Alrighty. Now, that's right. That villain slot went away, so I believe, Oscar, if you want to go next, you can.
Okay, so I've got sort of this line of sight. Is there any way that I could actually be in position to shoot both of them? Like in one turn, just be like, they're so close together, they're kind of flying, kind of a little confused, and I'm just like.
Usually, to hit multiple targets, if you want to hit a second target, that's going to upgrade the difficulty of your shot.
Mm-hmm.
And now keep in mind, in addition, because they are flying evasive, you are getting 1 automatic red die just right off the bat.
But I'm also getting an upgrade from the Triumph, right?
From the Triumph.
So does that take away the red, or does that?
Not going to take away the red. It's going to give you another yellow.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't. Only the results cancel. In terms of upgrading difficulty, it just makes things more intense.
Right. Okay.
So the red die is still going to be there, but yes, you'll get more yellows to roll.
But I also feel like we have these light side and dark side points.
True.
So would this be like? Is that just dumb? Like, could this actually be useful? Like, if I so I'd have 1 red. I'd have. Are the 2 purples still in effect?
If you want to hit 2, it's actually going to increase difficulty, so it's going to go from 2 purple to 3 purple. One of those being upgraded to red.
Let me just see what this is going to look like. Yeah.
So it's going to be rolling 2 yellow, 2 green, 1 red, and 2 purple.
Okay.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Yes.
So you have a maneuver and an action, but you can strain and get a second maneuver.
Oh.
You can use one of those maneuvers to aim and give yourself a boost die.
Ooh.
Yeah. And you will take, I think, 2 points of strain damage to your character's strain.
I would totally do that. Okay.
It's worth it.
Yeah. So then what does that mean? So what do I roll to just to aim?
Aim just adds
one boost die.
So now it's going to be 2 yellow, 2 green, 1 red, 2 purple, and 1 blue.
And 1 blue.
So many dice.
I know. Let me make sure I have this right. 2 yellow, 2 green, 2 purple, 1 red, 1 blue.
Yes.
Okay. So this is just to see if I can aim and get a beat on him.
This is the hit.
Oh, this is the hit. But the blue die was the aiming. Okay, all right.
Aiming is automatic. You can just do that automatically. You don't have to see if you aim.
Nice.
It's just automatic.
Okay. Now, just to make sure I'm clear on the rules, if I don't make this, I can still then flip over a light side point, like after the roll.
You flip before the roll if you want to give yourself an.
What do you think, everyone?
You cannot flip destiny points to change results of rolls. Once you roll, you gotta live with it.
You have a really good pool, so I would just let it happen.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Ascara's just like really adrenaline pumping, and we have okay. So success and failure is a wash, and oh boy, it's a total wash. Shoot.
Sorry, Ascara.
Oh
so,
no.
You want to describe basically what you do, or do you want me to?
So yeah, I think what happens here, Ascara goes, take this, and she's just like, she knows she's got this perfect shot, and but that as soon as she fires, she's kind of like looking at that perfect in between, knowing that it's gonna hit both of the TIE fighters. The 2 TIE fighters who are also still confused. Because they've got those quick ion engines and everything, they just zip to the side as they're trying to turn around and figure out where the crate thing is. And just as they do, they just get a perfect miss as those lasers glaze across the side panels.
They're, like you said, they're just too fast. And it gives me flashbacks to the old X-Wing game.
Yep.
The old
that brings me back.
It's like, it's too fast.
Exactly.
So, sorry, Ascara. I mean, you're making them sweat. You know, they see the blast go by them, and you see them go like, they're just doing their normal juke, and then they pick it up faster when they see the blast go past them. But unfortunately, you don't get any hits. We have one more hero slot. Vex, you can go if you want.
Yeah, I would like to take that, and I want to move up to Lorik, and I want to gently push in there.
Shove me out of the way.
Leave it to me.
Lorik, do you let him through?
Yeah, I begrudgingly let him through.
Take care of the weapons. What do I need to roll?
It's going to be the same roll as last time. It's 2 red and 1 black setback, and it's a mechanics check.
2 red?
No red. 2 purple.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's 3 successes and 2 advantages.
Fantastic. You again, it's almost not fair. You just you plug in you start hooking in wires, adjusting little knobs here and there, and by the end of your turn, a green light starts blinking to life on the hypermatter relay, and it begins retracting back into the hyperdrive assembly. And you rolled so well with those advantages. I'm going to say that's going to reduce the total time it takes for it to boot up. So you're looking at 3 more rounds of combat before the hyperdrive is ready. And Push, I want to let you note, you can make that astrogation check at any time you want. It will take a full turn, but you can do that at any time. It's just you can't throw the lever to make it go until that thing is gone. So you have 3 more rounds of combat.
Roger that.
Lorik, take care of the pursuers.
Good job.
All right. Now I believe we have our 2 villain slots. They're going to maintain very evasive maneuvers, but they are now going to make their own gain the advantage rolls. Let me build up this dice pool for them.
Uh-oh.
They realize, he got behind this. Well, we're going to use our superior maneuverability. And because they are more maneuverable, this is going to start at average for them. But because this is the second gain the advantage check, they're getting upgraded to hard. So it's, basically the same roll you had to make. Let me put together their pilot pool. And
I don't think I made my extra maneuver, but could I say that I went evasive and give him a setback die?
Yes, absolutely.
Yay.
Nice.
All right. Let's roll this. Oh no! Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Okay.
No.
I rolled. This is comedy gold. I rolled 1 success, so they do gain the advantage. But I rolled 4 threat and a despair.
Yes.
Because I did upgrade the difficulty of their.
I think that's a minor collision at the very least.
Yeah, I think it is.
Awesome.
I think it is.
They're just
Shoot.
like... boop, 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 boop.
Dang
They
it! Now I gotta-
bomb.
Ra-ta-ta-da-da-da-da-da.
Sorry. Pash, would you mind doing me a favor for this
Sure.
next round? Would you mind looking up the collision rules?
Stand by.
It's been a while since this has happened.
This is amazing.
Okay, so narratively, I mean, I do like that. I think we are going to go with, yes, one of the ties does collide as it's trying to gain the advantage. What that means, we'll find out in just a second. But that does mean now we are...
If I remember right, it's a critical, but it's a different... yeah.
Okay. So they automatically get a critical?
It's trying to load. I think it's on the same page as the tab.
I have that open, so I have the actual physical book. So let me open that up to that page, and we will see. So I believe the criticals work basically the same way as critical combat. Let's see.
Yeah, so my books are actually on Internet Explorer, so bear with me.
I've got it. So there are occasions when vehicles or starships run into the terrain around them or into another nearby vehicle or ship. There are 2 possible collisions: glancing blows, minor, or head-on hits, major.
I got it up too.
Okay. I'm gonna say, just to make this easier, this is a minor collision. So I don't want you guys to be stranded in space because a TIE pilot was an idiot and crashed into you guys. It's a minor collision, so
I'm
Well, have
definitely
them collide
imagining...
into each other instead of us.
That's what I was thinking. I was
collide into each other. Okay.
kind of like, in
Oh,
A
it's
New
more fun
Hope.
to collide with you.
Well, but if they...
Oh,
but-
don't worry, there will be more collisions.
That's
Oh,
and
boy.
it's kind of like I can imagine just that someone went, oh shiny, where'd they go, and sort of like turned too quickly.
Okay, so let me. I am going to roll on the table, the collision table charts. We'll say they collide into each other, and they take. They're going to take some damage as well for this, but it's only minor. So that's a 49. 49 on the table is component hit. One component of the attacker's choice is knocked offline and is rendered inoperable until the end of the following round.
Ooh.
The TIE Fighter's choice?
It's going to be the TIE Fighter's choice because they are colliding with each other. They don't have those. We'll say their comms go down. So now they cannot communicate and coordinate with each other. That means any rolls they try to make around each other now are going to have a setback because they are no longer able to give coordinate information to each other. So they also are each going to take 3 points of hull damage,
Nice.
dropping them from
That's
6.
half their hull trauma.
Yeah, well, ties are kind of fragile, dude.
They're very fragile.
That's true. That's true.
My dude, they are not the toughest customers. All right, so that's their turn.
Does that mean that they can't? They basically can't communicate where we are in relationship to them, like to each other, but they can still get a
Basically,
target on us.
They can, yeah, they still have their sensors, but they're no longer able to say oh, he's on turn to 25.6 on your left. They can't do that anymore.
Gotcha.
So,
That, and they can't call up reinforcements.
Oh, nice. Okay.
well, that's assuming reinforcements aren't already on their way.
Oh.
I also just realized that we've been. I forgot about the shields.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Great
Fortunately,
Fame.
none of them have tried to shoot you yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
And the thing is, gaining the advantage, I believe, is an action.
It is.
So they cannot shoot this turn.
Cool.
All right. Lorik, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, after Vex's success over mine, I guess I will head to the gunner and join our bounty hunter.
Absolutely. You shake your fist at Vex's back and then turn away.
I imagine that you also shake your fist at me for missing that last shot.
I may not have noticed that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's a fair
He
point.
was back
That's
in
true.
so
Then I imagine Askara wiping a bead of sweat from her brow and saying, "I'm so glad that the Wookiee did not see that."
In fact, if I get to the gunner point and see the TIE fighters, I see that they're damaged. So in my eyes, you've been doing fine.
Nice.
yeah. I'm going to say you can use your maneuver to cross over and climb up the ladder into the gunner position. And if you want, you can use your action to take a shot if you wish.
I would like to do that.
All right. They are still going evasive, so it's going to have one purple upgrade to red. But it's still an average difficulty check.
So that's one red, one purple.
One red, one purple, and then for your ability dice, it's your agility upgraded by your skills and gunnery.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Wookiee.
I got 5 successes.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
I
That
don't
is
even have to
amazing.
calculate.
Do what?
Even if your weapon did just 1 point of damage, the successes alone are enough to take down.
It's amazing.
So one of you just immediately climb in, you turn on the thing, and it's just with a practiced motion. Or actually, you tell me, Lorik, how do you take out one of these ties? What does Lorik do? How cool does it look?
I go ahead and I hop in the gunner seat, and then as I swing the gunner around to take out the TIE fighter, I'm just go ahead and lay on the trigger as I sweep across them.
All right, you just hold it down, and even juking and thrusting as best he can, just one of those lasers catches him on the solar panel, and you just fracture it, and his tie just goes spiraling out of control with only one left, and just explodes sometime later as you fly past. And now Lorik's feeling a lot better.
I am.
Now,
I got to destroy something.
You're doing something. It's better. We're back to the top of the initiative, but I'm going to take this opportunity. I am going to flip one of these dark side. It's about time I did. Flip one of these dark side back to white. And yeah, Pash, you mentioned some reinforcements coming up very quickly, even faster than the ties were. I'm going to move this tie around a little bit.
No.
Catching up very quickly. It's just two of them.
That's all.
But let me drop these in real quick.
Do you want me to make a computer's check to identify them?
Ooh. Given the DM
Sorry, I think
ideas, that's always good.
I messed up my my Roll20 app for a second. I tried to drop them in too quickly.
Oh, no worries.
Let's see, where am I?
So did that take out? That took out both of the two, right? I mean, Lorik did.
It just took out one because
Oh, it just took out the one. Okay.
He didn't do the upgrade difficulty to attack both at the same time.
Gotcha.
I mean, he really got that one. Let me shrink this down. This is a little too big.
Not interceptors.
Oh no.
Yes, interceptors. Yes, interceptors. And let me drop in one more. This is what I get to do as the GM. I can flip dice to make things.
So, crew, we're officially out of time.
Oh no, there's two interceptors. Oh no.
A pair, just a wing element. I mean, don't feel too bad. They don't have the red stripes on their wings. They're not those kind of interceptors.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
Just got 2 extra laser guns. That's all. Stat-wise, they are pretty similar. They also have 6 hull. They do have a bit more system strain, though. And the same... See, actually, it would probably help if I hit enter.
I think this is appropriate
yes.
music for the interceptors.
And you hear over your comms a crisp Imperial voice say, "Unauthorized freighter, you are to heave to immediately and return to the spaceport at Mashuta by the order of Commander Bex." And they are also taking evasive maneuvers to start with. Sorry, let me... Pash, if you want to start getting your turn ready, I'm just doing some bookkeeping right now. Getting them set up.
I see the Empire's finally sent out the varsity team.
Indeed.
Nice.
Question, for the GM.
Yes.
If it doesn't disturb, does the Cryot thing have any pilot-controlled offensive weapon systems, forward-facing?
Let me look that up real quick. Thank you for asking. I believe it does have... Nope. It only has the dorsal and ventral turrets. Sorry,
Oh,
no concussion.
that's
No
fine.
concussion missiles.
I'm in a YT-1300. That's
You're
a
in a-
ILN very close to us. I'm gonna go for the Ram.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, make me a piloting check.
Difficulty?
It's going to be hard because they are very maneuverable.
Okay.
But just hard. Just 3 purple.
Since I've gained the advantage on them, can I
You know-
go, stay on target and get a boost die from that?
Yes, you can.
Do you want to flip any to red?
No.
Thank you.
I got 3 successes and 1 advantage.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the advantage into the pool for everybody to use.
Okay, yeah. That's something you can do with your advantages. If you don't know what to do with them, you can just say, hey, I want to give a floating boost die for someone else on the team to use on their turn.
Oh, that's really cool.
So if any of you on your next turn want that boost die, like say for an attack roll or for something else, then that's yours to take. Now, again, Posh, you got 3 successes and how many advantages?
Just 1.
Just 1 advantage. What do you... Oh, and you're using that for the boost die. That's right. Okay.
Yep, it's in the pool now.
So, I got good news and bad news.
Go for it.
Good news. You collide with that TIE fighter. And it's already damaged. So,
Yay.
you basically... or do you want to describe what happens? Like how you collide? Yeah.
I pretty much pull the stick over in a steep bank and slap him with the flat side of the YT-1300. He goes careening away in that kind of odd sounding rah, 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 rah.
Yeah.
Distracted him.
And the solar panel folds over the ball cockpit and the twin ion engines splash through the cockpit and explode. It's wonderful.
Yeah, that TIE fighter is definitely gone.
I'm just imagining like a ping pong paddle in space. Just like whack.
That's essentially what it is. That's a
Pretty
perfect
much,
way to
yeah.
put it.
We get a brief view like an over-the-shoulder view inside the TIE cockpit as just this wall of freighter rises up in front of it. And then the next shot, is just you see there's an explosion on top of the ship, and that's a good question. Who is in the top?
I'm
turret?
in.
Low.
I'm in the top, the bottom, yeah, and Lorik's in the top.
I'd be in the top.
Lorik, let me resolve the damage to the ship first, but I'm going to need you to make a resilience check.
Oh, I'm unhappy.
You were kind of close to that explosion. I mean, yes, the TIE fighter does go bouncing off, basically. Say again, Pash?
He's a Wookiee. He can handle it.
Well, I mean, yes, you can, but you still got to make the check. And I'm going to say the Crate Fang is going to take 4 points of hull trauma.
Out of 22?
Out of 22, so it's down to 18. Would you know, it's got a good amount, and
It was a calculated risk.
exactly. But yeah, so at least now you only have the 2 interceptors to worry about. And this resilience check, Lorik, is going to be average 2 purple.
All right. All right, let's do it. So I got 6 successes.
Oh my gosh, Lorik!
I got 4 in bronze, so
Yeah,
You feel better.
You are a
that's
beast.
Wookiee.
Wow.
They don't care about getting hit. So
maybe
So,
I'm not
Lorik,
unhappy.
there's an explosion nearby, and it sends the turret rocking. But yeah, describe how basically Lorik is able to just deal with it no problem, because that's what happens. You deal with it no problem.
I guess just my overall girth and brawniness. I just kind of shove it off as if nothing happened.
Yeah. So the camera shakes as the explosion hits, and there's a flash of light as you kind of you raise a hairy arm up, but then you lower your arm and you're just a stoic face like, nah, it's Tuesday.
The shockwave massages you gently.
Yeah, again,
I feel relaxed.
It brings
now.
out the
Feels like-
volume in your fur.
Lorik, you're in your element. This
Exactly.
is what you enjoyed doing. So that's good. That was Pasha's turn. We now have a turn. Oh, yep.
Was that an action or a maneuver?
I'm gonna say that was an action since you actually rolled a piloting skill. Is you actually,
Very well. I will take my maneuver to angle the deflectors to double rear.
double rear. Yeah.
Nice.
Let me rearrange now on the screen, kind of how this is looking. So you got 2 ties in a wing lead and wingman formation, closing to close range, and the Crate Fang now is just it's taking some damage, but it's still chugging right along. You're in open space now. You're almost out of the gravity well. You're just waiting for that hypermatter relay to kick in. So I believe now it is Oscara's turn.
Okay, so we have these 2 interceptors, and I want to not take any risks. I'm thinking to myself, Asuka, you can't screw this up. So I've got to make sure that I make this shot count. I'm going to aim for the closest TIE interceptor, and I am going to aim first. So does that mean that blue die?
Yes, you get that blue die. Now remember, you're taking 2 strain to your fatigue every time you do this.
I'm gonna do that for this one, but I'm gonna ease off after that. Wait, let me double check my strain. Just want to make sure, because I have I also didn't add that. I have a strain threshold of 13. I took away 2 last
2
time.
last time, so you're down to 11.
Yep.
This will knock you down to 9.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. And then, do I still have? I don't have the red die, right? Because of the.
You do have the red die because their first action was to go into evasive maneuvers.
Oh, okay.
So, and because these guys' speed is higher, this is going to be a hard check.
Shoot. So do I still have?
One
Basically, it's the same roll.
Well,
Two purple,
here's
one
the nice
red.
thing. It's you have 1 red, 2 purple, but because Posh put you into stay on target, it's now easier for you to hit them.
Oh.
So you're going to get an extra yellow die. So you're going to get 1 yellow for your skill, 1 yellow for staying on target, and I believe that's it.
So 2 green, 2 yellow, 2 purple, 1 blue, 1 red.
Yep. And
Same
remember
roll.
there's that floating that floating blue die if you want to use that, or you can save that for somebody else.
Well, Lowrick has been on a roll. I think I'm a little bit shaken by my last miss. I think I'm gonna want any help I can get. Do you mind if I take that blue dice?
Go for it.
It's your call.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take
So now
it.
it's 2 blue.
Let's see how we go. All right, and roll. Oh. Okay, this is good. So we've got a net of. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my. Okay. So what we have is a net of 2 successes. We have
That's good.
a triumph
That's
and
good.
1 advantage. Net 1 advantage.
That's really good. Congrats.
Yay!
Unfortunately,
Wait, but what's that on the red die though?
Isn't that the I have one of the what is that, the threat, but then I have 3 threats and 4.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't see it. My bad.
Oh, no worries. Yeah.
man, you had me Jones and hoping there was a spare on that red die.
I thought it
I was getting ready. I was like,
honestly.
oh, yes, excellent.
A triumph and a despair. What's the probability of that?
It's happened. It's happened in our game.
Do you count
Yes,
both
yes.
of those, or do they just cancel each
Yes.
other out? You
They
count
don't
both.
cancel.
Oh man.
They both go off. It only gets more intense.
Oh, that's so
It's
cool.
very special. It's very special.
Oh, it's a magical time. But anyway, that's not happening right now. So you hit.
Okay.
Now that advantage, unfortunately, is not enough to trigger anything special like linked or
yeah.
other
it's
qualities.
just 1.
I don't think the guns have linked on this one, unless they have the quads.
Let me check the stat block one more time.
If it's a stock YT 1300, it's just a laser
right.
cannon.
It's just a turret-mounted medium laser cannon.
But you could
Yeah.
crit.
You could. Well, he only has 1 advantage. I don't think that's enough. To
He has a
crit.
triumph though.
He does have a triumph. You could crit. That's right. I forgot about that. So triumph. Things you can do with triumph that you can either, again, they can be used to automatically take out a minor opponent. This isn't a minor opponent, unfortunately.
Okay.
You can use it to upgrade your next skill check, so you automatically get another yellow die next turn. You can use it to upgrade their next difficulty check, so that they're rolling an automatic red die on their next check. You can
Yeah.
also crit and cause more system damage to their ship.
How
Give them a
much
status effect.
how much damage would that typically do to a TIE interceptor? Like how much?
Right now, you're doing 6 damage plus 2. And
And they
I
have
think
how much?
they have 6 damage. So I think right now you're doing enough to just barely kill them.
Okay.
What's their armor though?
They have. Let me look at this again. They have
2 or 3?
2 armor.
Got it.
Do you, and
So that's gonna be,
That would space them.
yeah,
yeah.
I think then I would like to hold that yellow die for the next roll.
okay, so you're gonna upgrade your next check.
Yep.
I would, since
Oh,
you're
make a
gonna
note of
space
that.
this guy, maybe upgrade the other guy's skill check to hit us.
You know, that was the other thing I was thinking of. So I'm gonna defer to the person who's played this more and say yes. I think that I'll do that instead.
Okay. I'm gonna make a note. They have +1 red on their next attack.
Okay.
And again, getting back to the game, that lead interceptor, you pepper its the solar rays, the curved ones with the twin, and they do have linked laser cannons. And just the solar rays just kind of melt away, and it again goes spiraling off and explodes somewhere in the distance. Good shot.
Good shot back there.
All right.
Thank you. Just keep your piloting in check.
All right.
As always.
Cocky.
We have another hero slot. Vex, you can go if you want, or Lorik, you can take that slot if you want.
I want to see what Vex does.
Vex,
I want to see if I can find any systems that need to be run like shields or something.
you can do that. You can also try and repair some of the hull damage you've taken, or at least kind of like reroute systems to kind of help alleviate the damage that's been done.
Or system strain.
Or system strain. I don't think you've taken any system strain yet.
I think we've taken 2, actually, from that Gain the Advantage threat.
That's right. Okay. Let me... so yeah, we have some system strain and we have some hull damage.
Okay. How much would the shields help us?
The shields,
point?
since you have both angled backwards, that interceptor has to roll 2 setback die on every attack it makes.
Okay, I will activate the shields first and then do the rest.
Well, they're already activated.
Okay.
Now, yeah, those went up when combat began.
Okay, then I will start repairing
All right.
the whole damage.
That is going to be... Look up what the check will be.
If I remember right, since it's less than half, it's an easy check.
Right. I believe you're correct. So yeah, make me an easy mechanics check.
That's 4 successes and 1 advantage.
All right. The way this works is every success you roll heals a point of hull damage, and every advantage you roll heals a point of system strain. So you took 4 damage earlier. That's now may not be completely repaired, but it's at least good enough to have the systems all working nominally. And you're up now to 13 out of 14 system strain. So that's an excellent roll. So yeah, Vex, if you want, describe what you're doing to kind of get the ship back in top working order.
I basically, I basically log into one of the computers and start rerouting systems so that things work better again. And
yeah, there were some lights in the ship that were flickering for the last couple of moments, and you hear a little, and the lights go back to steady on, and kind of the ship seems to be like rumbling a little less as it's flying through space. So, excellent job, Vex. You just kind of the job well done. All right, so that's that turn. Unfortunately, next is that TIE Interceptor, and he is out for revenge. He is going to avenge his partner. So let me build his dice pool up a bit. Let's see. Now he gets 1 automatic red from your Triumph last turn, Oscara. He's also getting another one because he is doing evasive maneuvers at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So
This is good for us.
And he also gets 2 setback die from the shields. So
He gonna miss.
Do interceptors have shields?
they do not.
I didn't
this
think
one.
so. Okay.
No. What they have is they have more weapons, more system strain, and I think and they're a little bit faster.
They're a little bit
That's about
faster.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Let's roll it. Oh, well, okay. This is good and bad. He does hit. Fortunately, he rolled no advantages, so he does not trigger the linked aspect of his lasers.
Does Sorry, I was just asking. Link takes 2 or 3 advantages.
I believe it takes 2.
Got it.
And it takes 2 to add. For every 2 advantages you get to add another weapon. So he can add up to 4 weapons hitting all at once, but he'll need a total of I think 6 advantages to get all of them hitting at once.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It takes a lot to do it all, but you get to add. Basically, when you do that, you add the damage of all 4 weapons. So if it's 6 damage, it's now up to 24 if all 4 hits. That's bad. That's real bad. But you need a lot of
It's
advantages.
extremely sad.
It's bad, but that didn't happen. So only 1 of the weapons hits, and it's going to be for 7 damage before armor kicks in. And I think you have an armor of 3, so that's going to be I'm sorry, Vex. That damage you just healed, he just did it right back.
Good.
4 damage to the hull. But that's his turn, and now it's time for the Wookiee. The Wookiee. Yeah.
Bring it home. Bring it home, Lorik.
Okay, so is it still 2 purple die?
Still,
fire.
it's going to be 1 red, 1 purple because he is going evasive. But yes, you do get an extra yellow die since Pash is holding the ship steady for you right now.
And that's added on. That's not replacing another die.
No, that is replacing one of your green. So, what's your skill in gunnery?
I have 1 in gunnery, and then I have 3 agility. So I have 2
Okay.
yellow and 1 green.
That's correct. That's correct. You're rolling against 1 red, 1 purple.
Oh, I got 1 success and 1 triumph.
Okay.
That's still a success and a triumph.
So with 1 success, that's going to upgrade the damage from 6 to 7. With his armor, that's not going to be enough to destroy him this round. But you can totally use that triumph to do a critical on him, damage some of his weapons, maybe some of his systems a bit, make it harder for him to do what he's doing. Or you can use that to upgrade the difficulty of their next check, or upgrade the skill of your next check. Up to you. Triumphs are flexible.
I think I'll just upgrade. I think I'm gonna upgrade to a crit. I think it's what
Upgrade
I'm
to a crit.
Yeah.
All right. I am. Let it be noted, I am opening the critical table.
Okay.
I am rolling the critical damage. And I rolled a 90. And the higher you go, the more damage it is.
Wow.
And
90.
That's pretty high, huh?
That's extremely high.
I'm assuming this is like a percentage die.
Yeah, it's a percentage. I'm rolling 2d10 percentage die. Engine damaged. The ship's maximum speed is reduced by 1 point to a minimum of 1 until the critical is repaired. So, you know what this means? What this means is he's still faster than your ship, but he is now no longer fast enough to make it quite so difficult to hit him. So you hit him, and it causes like a cascade failure through the ship, and he is down to 1 hit point. You almost got him. And now he is no longer quite so difficult to hit because his engine is malfunctioning. You can hear the roar of the tie like sputtering as it's trying to work. It's got a little bit of a hiccup in it now as it's struggling to kind of keep on course. All right, that is excellent, everybody. We're now back to the top of the initiative. I believe now we have just 1 more round until the hyperdrive is ready, which is good because I think this is about to be over quite quickly. Again, we have a hero slot open right at the top. Pash, you can go if you want, but maybe one of the gunners wants to go first and just finish this off right now. What do you guys say?
Why not? I'll give up my slot.
So technically I would be next, but can I defer to the Wookiee, who's been doing an awesome
Bring it
job?
all the way back.
Any character can take any hero slot.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I
Up to you
think
guys to negotiate who goes first. If you want to switch things up and, like, for example, if you want Vex to go first and repair that damage right at the top of the turn, you can do that. If you want Lorik to go and just finish off that tie, you can do that.
I have a feeling that Lorik has just kind of the magic in the fingers right now, or the paws, as it were.
Okay. So
I got
Lorik,
better luck at this than I do at D&D, that's for sure.
all right, Lorik. So again, the difficulty has decreased, so you're just rolling 1 red die as difficulty.
And do I still have that extra yellow die?
Yes, because Pash is still flying you at a steady pace. It's still 2 yellow, 1 green, and then 1 red.
Okay, here we go. Okay. I got 2 success, 1 threat, and another triumph.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Man, Lorik, the rebellion needs you very badly.
Apparently.
Man.
The rebellion. So yeah, Lorik, go ahead. You're gonna kill this tie. How does it happen? Describe this glorious moment.
I'm just shouting at the top of my Wookiee lungs
Yes.
as I fire just directly at the center cockpit. Just blow everything up.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you hit it so square on. The ship doesn't even explode. It's just it bores a hole through the center of that hexagonal cockpit, and the tie just starts drifting away. Doesn't even explode. It's just drifting away in space. You just instantly took out the pilot.
Oh my
And
Pilot's
gosh.
gone. Bye.
with
The
that,
Wow.
Wookiee, bane of the Empire.
That is incredible. Wow.
yeah.
Yes.
Good job. So
Yes.
with that, we're gonna exit combat. The Crate Fang begins pulling away. You're now. You hear or 41 Vex. You hear from the engine room a little chime from the hyperdrive that signals that the hypermatter relay is fully installed and ready to be used. And you quickly relay up to the cockpit that everything is ready. So,
Okay.
Posh, you can start making an astrogation check. While you do that, you hear over the comm, there is a light Imperial cruiser, one of the kind, the Gozanti kind from Rebels that has little ports for the ties to hang off of. It's in
Yeah, I
the
know.
distance. It's way too far away to catch you, but it is basically trying to contact you, telling you that Imperial reinforcements are on their way. You should, heave to and shut down systems immediately if you want to survive. I'm assuming you're going to ignore it.
Next time, send more than Academy graduates after us, and maybe we'll listen to you.
Ooh,
Uh,
nice.
Should have
Before-
more ties.
Before we jump, can I still make a check to see if I can repair some damage?
Absolutely. It's going to take Pash a while to input coordinates into the Navi computer. So, yeah, go ahead. Make me another same check as before. Mechanics, easy,
Or computers.
or computers.
That's 1 success and 3 advantages.
All right. That's going to put you up to 19 on the hull. That's good. And that completely heals the system strain. So, yeah. Now, Pash, before you make that hyperspace jump, I want you to make me a knowledge outer rim. This is for you to kind of know what planets are in the area, or maybe where a safe place is for you to jump to. That's maybe not like just outside the system.
Could I use my knowledge underworld since I have it trained?
Sure, you can do that.
Standby difficulty?
It's going to be average. Yes, Matt. Yes, Oscara.
Well, actually, this is out of character really quickly. Did we use one of the dark side points?
Yes, I use that to introduce the TIE interceptors.
So I'm just seeing, I'm seeing 3 and 3 right now up on the board. Was that right?
You used one to upgrade a skill check earlier.
you're
and
right.
Then I used one to. So we've had one use on your side, one use on your guys' side. So yeah, we're back to
So back
average.
to okay, cool.
We are
There's balance in the force.
So,
Balance has been restored. Yes.
I got 2 successes and 1 threat. I think I know what that threat is.
Okay. What do you want that threat to be?
We're lower on fuel than we expected because of
Okay.
that combat.
So yeah, what I'm going to say is what you know is yes, you know a place just outside the system that smugglers like yourself often use to kind of do a little. It's a place to jump in to kind of survey the system before you go further in. That's outside the range of Imperial sensors, and it's just a good place to stop. It's out of the way. It's not close to any of the usual hyperspace lanes. So it's a place where you guys can be kind of on your own and take stock of what you have for a moment before you jump to an actual planet. So yeah, go ahead and make me an easy astrogation check to activate the hyperdrive.
So I'm actually going to flip one of those since I'm not trained in astrogation.
Okay, fair enough.
And astrogation is off of intellect?
It is off of intellect, I believe, yes.
I'm not very smart.
You got other qualities.
I did get a success and a threat. That yellow die was blank.
Oh, yellow die. Why must you be so cruel? All right. So the good news is you make the jump to hyperspace, and we will use this opportunity now to transition to our next map.
Ooh.
Let me go ahead and drag that over.
And that would be the Crate Fang one?
The Crate Fang in space. And again, Maneth, thank you so much for making this on relatively short order. I love how this turned out.
Oh, my pleasure.
And yeah, we'll start dragging over the character tokens. And we'll have Lorik and Oscar in the laser turrets. We'll have Vex, you're in engineering. And Pash, do you need help pulling yours over? I may not have...
Where am I?
Here, hold on, 1 second. Let me pull in another Pash.
And I can't remember how to bring my character over.
You gotta click on the name and drag it.
Click on the name. Okay, so that's over here. Not the picture. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha. Rup-up. Cool. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to put Pash here in the cockpit.
Excellent.
And Pash, you should have control now of your token.
Gotcha. Thank you.
All right. So I got some things to read.
Oh boy.
The jump from Tatooine, as you go to lightspeed, the familiar star streaks flash past the cockpit, and it's only a very brief jump. You're jumping to the outside, the edge of the Tatooine system, and you reach there without any further problems. However, when you do emerge from hyperspace, you realize there's all those problems from before that are now kind of coming. The adrenaline, you were distracted, you didn't quite hear the sounds of that weird grunting and weird banging sounds.
I noticed
the smell is kind of becoming much more noticeable. All of you, except for Vex, as you're doing actions on the ship now that you've kind of calmed down a bit, all of your actions are going to have an automatic setback until you deal with all of these problems. And unfortunately, Lorik, I'm sorry, you're going to have 2 because of the smell.
Oh.
Your looking nose, it's just like, it's
so bad.
It smells, it smells like death to you. This is a smell you do not like.
I want to know what it is, and I want to get rid of it.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Disgusting Trandos.
We'll get to that in a second. So let me kind of run down what all is happening on the ship right now. First of all, Pash, I'm going to notice you have several alert icons in front of you. You have that one large flashing red script that reads "Fuel Low," and there's actually a klaxon starting to go off. That jump to hyperspace hit you over it's basically the equivalent of the fuel low chime on your car when you get low on gas. That's going off right now. You also have a small flashing icon. It has transition script, and it's the shape of a crescent moon or fang. There is also a very irritating and intermittent pop-up in transition script. You don't know what it says. And there's a flashing red icon in the form of it looks like a cage. A series of lines that looks like a cage. So that's what you see, Pash.
So
right now.
has anyone decided to check the cargo hold?
We have not had a time to do anything on the ship yet, really.
We'll get to that.
I want to do that.
We'll get to that in a second.
Might be a
follow
good
my
idea,
nose.
crew.
There's the smell. We've gone over the smell. That is going to be an ongoing setback for all the organics. Vex, you're doing fine and dandy. You are not bothered in the least.
Lorik, you should have baited before we escaped.
And again, there's the noise. There's a loud klaxon going off and the sound of deep grunting voices that can be heard over the PA. And in general, this is a new ship. You just got on it, got rid of its owner, and took it over, and it was working fine in combat. You had that going for you, but now it's just you don't really know this ship that well. So what I'm going to do is, we're not going to do initiative, but why don't we start with Lowrick? You said you wanted to go into the cargo bay. Which cargo bay do you want to go to? We have a main cargo hold by the deflector dish. We have a number 2 hold up by the cockpit, and there's a number 3 hold adjacent to engineering.
I want to follow my nose and go to whichever one the smell is.
Right. You want to deal with this smell. Okay. Again, you're going to get 2 setbacks while you're doing this, but you absolutely can try and track down that smell. Let me check my notes on how to deal with the smell. All right. Let's see. So go ahead and make me an average perception check. And yeah, it's going to be your perception skill, which I believe goes off of cunning.
And average means
2 purple.
2 purple.
Yeah, 2 purple. And 2 black setback, because again, it's just like your eyes are starting to water now. It's bad.
And I'm getting closer to it. And...
Yeah, or you think you're getting closer to it. It's hard because there's like, as you enter that hold, you can just see like gobbets of meat. Like Trex was a real messy eater. He would just, have hunks of meat. He would just take bites out of it. He's a bad guy.
I'm
there's
so
like just
glad we
bits of meat.
blasted that pig into space.
Bits of meat like just lying around places. Apparently didn't bother him too much. So you can see like right away without even any roll, there's bits of decaying meat just kind of strewn around in that like near the galley.
Okay.
But to find that's not really the real source of the smell for you. There's something else causing this real rank stink. So
And with the roll, I got 1 success and 3 threats.
1 success. Oof, 3 threats.
I'm out of combat now. I'm out of my element.
That's right.
Yeah. There's no fighting going on. I don't like this.
Oh no.
So yeah, with that success, you trace the smell to the secret compartment. And that's where it's coming. It's a secret compartment in the floor. Unfortunately, those threats, I'm going to say there is a lock on this compartment that you're not able to get to yet.
Is this in the main cargo hold?
This is in the main cargo hold.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pound on it.
You're just getting real frustrated. You're saying some very choice words in Wookiee. Not fit for tender ears. All right, so that's going to be what Lowrick's up to. Who would like to go next?
I've been going early in the past, so I'm more than willing to defer to someone else.
Anyone can go. Does anyone say?
You know what? Pash will check the crew quarters.
You check the crew quarters. Good. As you're heading to the crew quarters, the sound of that grunting and other noise becomes louder.
Oh boy.
In the crew quarters?
In the crew quarters. And actually, go ahead and make me an either a knowledge underworld, or if you have knowledge of Outer Rim or Xenology, to maybe identify what this music is.
Stand by. Difficulty.
Average. 2 purple.
So I got a success and advantage.
All right. You have heard this music before in Teimo's Palace. It is well, for them, the dulcet tones of Gamorrean opera. Kind of a fan.
Who listens to this?
Yeah, it is. For you, Pash, a human, it is nigh unlistenable. It sounds like a barnyard.
I'm going to use my quick draw talent to unholster my weapon and blast it.
Yeah, so you walk up on the Star Wars equivalent of the boombox. Make me, you know what? No roll.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? There's a chance this could go horribly wrong. So yeah, do make a roll. It's easy, but I'm flipping a destiny point to make that purple.
One red.
Go on, tempt fate.
Stand by.
This is great.
Let me build my pool.
Oh no.
Get stuck on the permanently on setting. Who knows?
I'm so excited for how this is going to turn out.
I know, right?
You're not gonna believe this.
Oh no.
He bless
Yes,
the whole
yes.
ship.
I got 5 successes
Okay.
and 1 threat.
Oh.
Okay, it's just a threat.
It's just a threat.
That's not so bad. GM is disappointed. So
There's a small
yes.
fire now in the crew quarters.
Yeah, let's say you said oh, I don't want to damage the Wampa skin. That Wampa skin is too cool. Let's just say yeah.
I tried to put out the Wampa skin.
Okay, yeah. You wanna stop, drop, and roll
On the Wampa skin?
on the Wampa skin?
No, I'll just beat it with my blaster.
Okay. I'll say you take 2 points of strain as you beat the fire out, and you're like, Griff, stang.
And now I
No,
smell
stop.
like burning Wampa.
Oh no.
What another delightful smell you found.
Oh no.
Oh, you guys are going to have to take this thing to the cleaners for at least a week. At least a week.
Oh no.
All right, Pash, good job. Good news, everyone. The sound of Gamorrean opera has ceased.
I'm slightly less upset.
The
Yeah.
fire alarm does go off.
The fire alarm, that's still basically the same as the klaxon that's going off. So you still have the klaxon, still have the smell, but I believe the noise at least isn't quite so unbearable. We have two more. Oscara and Vex. Either one of you can do something next. What would you guys like to do?
Could we do something together?
You could if you wish. What would you like to do together?
I don't fall for you. Sorry.
Okay. Well, fine.
Negative.
Fine, droid. Whatever. Do whatever you want. And then I cede to you for your turn.
I would like to repair more of the hull damage, just in case.
All right. You want to stick in engineering and do more repairs?
Yeah.
I am gonna say because. Oh, it's still just an easy check. So yeah, go ahead and make me that check again one more time. And I think you'll probably be able to get everything fixed this time.
4 successes and 1 triumph.
A triumph. You know what? I'm gonna say with that triumph, if you want, you can turn off the klaxon and just be like, oh, it's the fuel low alarm. I can just turn that off through the computer system. You can do that if you want, or you can maybe do something else to fix things on this ship. Maybe trying to think what else is going on.
Optimize the fuel flow.
I will
There
do
you go.
that.
Maybe yeah. You obviously the low fuel level, you can't do anything about that, but you basically are able to you jury rig things a bit, and now the fuel consumption has been optimized, so that gives you just a little bit further you can go on your next jump. Good
How
job.
could this idiot run in these settings?
Hey, it's not my shit.
Six. Why do they bother?
All right.
Alrighty.
So that my turn now?
Right. Now it's Oscar's turn.
So I want to say...
Noise is now no longer an issue. It's just really the smell is the one thing that's causing you problems.
So Oscara has been sort of sitting back a little bit and taking things in, kind of getting a beat on people. She's going to kind of dismiss the droid a little bit here by saying, seems to know what he's doing, but I could have used his help. And what I think Oscara is doing as a bounty hunter is that she has been trying to really get a sense, like she thinks there's something she thinks there's an issue on this ship. There is something deeper, a threat that has not been uncovered, and so she's not going to be too concerned with sort of the immediate things, the things that are obvious. She's going to be looking for things that people might not, the other crew might not necessarily be thinking about, or most people might not be thinking of. She's been trained as a bounty hunter. So I think, What would can I do like a perception check type thing?
Yes, that's actually what I was about to suggest. Is you're getting a perception check, and I'm going to give you, because you're specifically looking for hidden things, I'm going to give you a boost die, and it's going to be average like before. And I'm going to say you're not going to be covering the area that Lorik did, because he kind of found all the cool things there are to find in the main hold.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, what part of the ship do you want to be doing this in? There's a number 2 hold. There's a number 3 hold.
So the only thing,
the areas, yeah.
The only thing that the only place that we haven't gone is the number 2 hold, right?
No, no one has been to number 3 hold because there is a doorway there. Vex is just in engineering. Number 3 hasn't been visited, and number 2 hasn't been visited.
There's also the galley.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
It's kind of a small space, probably not a whole lot.
I bet you that's where the smell's coming from.
That would make a lot of sense.
Hidden source of his special paprika.
I think. I mean, is there any like bonus thing I could do to have a more general sense of like, assuming that Askara has been on ships like this before, I should kind of know the layout and kind of think about where. I'm a bounty hunter, so I know where where smugglers would usually keep things or where hidden things are on the ship. Is there anything I should be looking for?
Okay. Let me tell you this. Yeah, maybe you didn't actually go on the ship before with Trex, but I'll say you've either talked with Trex or talked with someone who has been on the ship before.
Okay.
So the main hold is kind of where most of the usual goods are kept. The stuff that, that's the first place people go to look to check on cargo. The number 2 hold usually holds stuff that's pertinent to Trex's own gear or things he's confiscated from people. The number 3 hold, that's where he keeps prisoners. You can see there's those blue little circles. Those are containment pods. He has 6 of them to hold as many as 6 people at a time. So prisoners will be kept in number 3 hold. Gear and weapons and other stuff will be kept in the number 2 hold.
Okay. So I think at this point can I do a so if I know that info, I'm gonna what weapons do I have on me right now? I have my big.
You have your big carbine.
Okay.
And whatever other weapons are on your character sheet.
So I feel pretty confident that if I go into a prisoner hold, I'll be fine. I'm gonna go to number 3. That makes sense because I was near Vex anyways. All right. I'm gonna go prepared for something unpleasant.
Okay. You go ahead and head over. I am gonna drop in a token because as you enter, you can see right away there is only one person in the in the number 3 hold.
Ooh.
Drop it in.
Oh.
And I'm going to put her, she's right in the center pod. And as you go in, her back is to you at the moment. She's just kind of slumped down. She appears to be a human with graying hair.
So are we going to have a little bit of a role play interaction here? Are you playing that character?
Yes, you can if you want. Or if you want, you can just immediately leave and say, hey, everybody else.
No, I'm gonna take this. I'm a strong, independent, and
Let me ask
Twilight.
you this: How do you enter the hold? Are you trying to be quiet, or are you like not caring? Or are you like going up and like immediately like knocking on the? It's a transparent steel container. It's not a force field. It's just a solid container.
So I definitely here's what I'm imagining. So I know that there's something up. Most likely because knowing Trex. So I'm stealing myself. Like I actually am thinking that somebody's actually in here, like ready to jump. So I'm kind of going in. I've definitely got my gun pulled. I've definitely, I'm definitely taking the angles. Like I'm making sure that I'm not gonna get jumped from behind or something like that. And I'm also very quiet. So as soon as I see this person, I think Askara probably is going to. Is there a door where I'm at right now? Is that like a door?
You're in the. It's one of those kind of the hydraulic doors.
Yep.
That this is open and shut.
I would like to. I'm assuming that I've kind of opened this and closed this, so that's the only thing that maybe would be noise. But I've closed it behind me because I don't want Vex to see what's going on.
Okay. So you're being quiet, so she makes no movement. You can tell as you're approaching, she's breathing. She's alive. She's not a corpse.
Mm-hmm.
But she's just kind of sitting down, slumped, with her back against the transparent steel. And again, no movement because you're keeping quiet. What do you do? Let me tell you actually a little else what you're seeing. You can see there's a bit of equipment in the middle. That's mainly a life support system. You can also see that there is a comm system that's set up with 6 buttons. Each appears to be keyed for the cell. And you know, again, being a bounty hunter, you know these cells are usually not completely soundproof, but they do muffle sound. So if you want to talk to the prisoner, you use these comms. And the reason why is if you have, like, say, 2 prisoners, you want to interrogate them, that way they can't, like, you know, corroborate with each other. They don't know what each other's saying. So you can get, like, a straight story from them.
Okay. So
that's why that's set up that way.
Ascara walks across the room, heads over to the containment. You said it's like glass, essentially, right? Like it's not a force field?
It's space glass, yeah.
Space glass, exactly. She raps on the glass with her knuckles, on her free hand, makes eye contact.
Okay, well, you wrap on the glass, and she kind of turns with a start, and that's when you notice she has bandages wrapped around where her eyes would be. And she doesn't really look at you or make eye contact because she can't. There's no blood on the bandage, but you can tell, like, as she's looking around, she slowly stands up. I don't know. Do you deal a lot with humans, Ascara? She seems like she's probably, like, around middle-aged.
Okay.
But you can't really, you don't really know humans that well, maybe.
Yeah, I'll go for sure. I'll go for that. Let's say that and let's say that I have a little bit of a surprise seeing that there's no eyes, because I know at least that much about humans. There should be some eyes there. Or at least she should be able, I noticed that she can't see me. I'm a little surprised about that piece. Okay. But
she looks like a human, a bit past her prime, and she has basically her hands on the glass feeling, and she has a frown on her face.
Okay. I move over to the...
Okay.
I want to move over to the comm. Yeah. Oh. I'm gonna make first contact, so to speak.
Okay.
Say,
what do you say?
I'm gonna push down the button and say, I wasn't expecting to see you here.
You come here often?
Do you want to get a cup of Jabba juice at the...
She immediately responds, well, that's okay. I don't see much of anything these days.
Wow.
She is smiling, and she immediately asks, Trex is dead?
Trex? That's slimy. Yes. Quite dead. I am certain of that. But do you need assistance with your bandages?
Are you talking to yourself there?
Yeah, Vex. Tell you what. Let's pause here. This is about enough in the time that everyone else is doing their things. This is about as much time as has passed for you. So,
Perfect.
Yeah, Vex. Do you? I'm gonna say, Vex. Yeah, you can probably hear Ascara speaking. It's just the next room over. No roll required. You hear Ascara speaking to somebody.
I will ask her if she's talking to herself.
Go ahead and role play it out. Ascara, what do you say back?
It's all fine here, droid. Just thinking out loud.
Can I interject for a moment?
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm very upset that I can't get rid of the smell because there's a lock in the way. So I'm currently yelling.
Yelling for anyone to come and help.
So I'm just yelling, Vex! The smell!
Do something! Does anyone come to Lorik's cries for help?
I'll come.
Okay.
I thought I shut off that opera.
No, he said smell. I mean, I know it's hard to understand Wookiee. But yeah, okay. So let's stick a pin. Oscar, we're gonna stick a pin in your scene right now.
Totally.
We're gonna deal with that secret compartment.
Yep.
So yeah, Vex trundles up, and if you want, you guys go ahead and role play out what you guys want to do.
I am just pounding on the locked gate, just pounding on it because I'm so upset.
And I'll say,
from
like,
the smell.
You started to actually bend the grating in a little bit. It's not unlocked yet, but you're damaging the cover as you're pounding on it with your incredible Wookiee strength.
Have you tried finding the key?
Just look at him as if, why would I do that?
Keys are suckers.
I will see if I can open it.
All right, that's going to be. Actually, it's a electronic lock, so it's a computer's check, and it will be. What are my notes?
Can't it be mechanical?
It is. Well, I'm just looking to see what the difficulty is to open the lock. I believe it's going to be hard to get past the lock.
Hard 3, right?
Hard is 3 against your intellect plus your ranks in computer.
Yeah. That will be nothing.
Oh.
I blank it. I blank.
The good news is, it just says sorry, improper authorization. Please try again.
No.
And we'll say you can do it again. Same check. Now it's a setback because you've kind of triggered the security alert. But if you want, you can get assistance from someone, and they can lend you either a skilled assistance or unskilled assistance if they don't have computers.
I don't have computers. Vex?
I don't have any ranks in it. I can deal with it because of my.
Tell you what, I'll let you use is mechanics better for you?
Yes, I would get one upgrade to yellow.
I'll let you use mechanics instead. It'll still be same check, hard check with a setback. Now you're just basically you're trying to use a plasma cutter to cut the latch.
Okay.
I do have skullduggery. Maybe I could try to force the lock.
You could do that. Why don't we let him try mechanics first, and if that doesn't work, we'll go to skullduggery.
Can I get an assist from the Wookiee?
Yeah.
Yes. Wookiee, do you also have mechanics?
No. I have 2 in intellect.
That's okay. For unskilled assistance, you add an automatic boost die to Vex's check.
Okay.
Automatic blue.
So do I roll that?
No, that's your assistance is automatic. It's just you're lending a hand to him. He makes the roll, but with an extra blue die.
Okay, let's give this a try.
Yep.
Okay, there's 3 success and 1 threat.
Okay, I know what the threat is. But yes, you whip out your plasma cutter, and in a few short moments, you hear a mechanical whang, and kind of the panel pops free, and a wave of stench hits you as what was causing the smell becomes immediately clear. It is a stack of rotting Wookiee pelts. Oh, Lorik, you're having a moment.
I would like to rage.
What do you roll for that?
Tell you what, I'm just gonna say, Lorik, you start thrashing about. Everyone take 3 points of strain just to get out of his way.
Sorry, everyone.
As he's kind of, no, that's okay. And now one of you, and Pash, maybe this is what you can do. You can try and make a charm check, or a coercion check if you want to try and if you really want to try and out-intimidate the Wookiee.
That's a negative.
You can try and charm Lorik to get him to calm down and be like, buddy, it's okay. Buddy, I know. We'll put him out the airlock right now. Whatever you want.
The charm check first.
Go for it. Lorik, what is your will? It's going to be an opposed check. What is your willpower? It's going to be an opposed 2. So it's going to be 2 purple die. And I'm going to say one of those is upgraded to red because Lorik's quite angry. He's very angry. Guys, I don't know if you realize this, Lorik's very angry.
I am very angry.
Is Lorik angry? I can't remember.
I don't know. Let's check. I think he's angry.
I'm gonna. He's a raging Wookiee, so I'm gonna flip and upgrade it once.
All right.
Hmm.
Good idea.
And I want to assist him, by the way.
Go ahead. Do you have any charm, Vex? I'm not sure if you do.
I got 1 in charm, and I got
Really?
2 in presence.
Oh, okay.
What a charming
Uh,
droid.
Say again?
So
Andy's my friend, so I mean,
yeah.
That's a good
Now
point.
for skilled assistance works a bit differently. You get to add stuff to each other's rolls. Pash, do you remember how skilled assistance works again?
If I remember right, we take the whoever has the highest attribute can add that to the roll, but whoever has the highest skill gets to add that to the roll.
Okay.
But since I'm already at 2 yellow, 1 green,
Okay. We'll tell you what. I'll
I
let
can
you
take the
add
boost die.
2 boost die because it is still skilled assistance. And
That's
because he is his friend.
extremely generous.
Aw. How
I don't
sweet.
want you to die to Wookiee, man. That's
that would
No,
just
I-
be unfortunate.
that's a bad way to go.
I got 3 successes and 4 advantages.
Alrighty. That I'm going to say, if you can think of anything for those advantages, I'm going to say yes, you get Lorik to calm down. What do you want those advantages to be? Keep in mind you can use advantages to heal strain damage if you wish. You guys got it?
Hold on a sec. We were exploring the second cargo hold.
You're in the main cargo hold right now.
Okay, hold on. Everything out of the way? Are we able to maybe scrounge anything from the main cargo hold while I calm him down, like look around?
Yeah, let me...
And how
I'll
many
say-
advantages would that cost?
For 2 advantages, I will let you find whatever's in the main cargo hold. Just... Sorry, I'm flipping to my notes on what I put in the cargo hold. Okay. So I'll tell you what, you find some med packs. Also, you find 2 med packs. These can be used to automatically heal 5 wound damage.
So they're like stim
Oh, sorry,
packs,
4.
like-
4 hit points. Sorry,
So they're stim packs.
I'm too used to our other game where one of our players is an actual medic and has a talent to upgrade the healing from stim packs.
Yeah, good times. Swift and
Swifton.
Strider.
Oh, that guy. Anyway, so you find 2 of these stim packs. You also find some food rations. You also find what looks to be just a walking stick that, when you pick it up, feels really nicely balanced. But it's just like a wooden walking stick for like a human-sized person.
That might be important. I'll pocket that.
And
It
you find
doesn't fit in the pocket.
you also find, I'm going to say, about 500 credits worth of just cargo and contraband.
Ooh.
Fantastic. And the other
That's
2
how we
advantages, I'll put that into the pool.
Okay. Or again, you can use that to heal. You guys just took some strain damage. You can use that to heal a
Nah.
point each if you want.
We should be fine.
Okay.
I would like to say to Lorik, Lorik, we will give them a proper burial when we hit a planet.
Aw.
I do remember on the astrogation computer, Kashyyyk is in range, just at the very edge of our range.
Ooh.
That is true. We'll get to that in a second. We'll stick a pin in that. There's a couple planets in range.
I'll
Let's
go
see.
sit down to fully calm myself
Yeah.
down.
Now, to deal with the smell, you're gonna have to like seal these in something airtight, at least.
Yeah. That was my second question. Can I look for something airtight? Maybe in the room that the hold thing.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an. Since you've already searched it pretty well, give me an easy perception check.
Cunning. That's nothing.
All right. Well, tell you what. You find I'm gonna say you find something. It's not gonna be airtight, but at least lessen the smell a bit, so that we'll say everyone else's setback goes away, but Lorik will still have one setback ongoing.
That's fair.
I will put them in. By the way, is it maybe a metal chest?
Yes, it is a metal chest.
Can I weld it shut?
Ooh, very good. Then make me an average mechanics check to weld it shut, and that'll make it airtight. Good thinking.
Clever.
Damn it! Again, nothing.
You try it, but just like it's. I'll say the Wookiee pelts just aren't quite fitting.
Can I say something?
Oh yes.
I grabbed the welder.
Uh-huh.
I tried to weld, and it's out of gas.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There's
that
no
works.
argon in it.
There you go. You kind of turn over your shoulder like, sorry guys, can't do it.
I bet Trex used to huff those fumes, I'm pretty sure.
That
What a
guy, what a slimo.
All right, tell you what, now the smell has been mostly resolved. Let's go back to Oscara and the prisoner.
Okay.
So, she just asked you if Trex was dead, and you answered in the affirmative. What would you like to ask her next?
Who are you?
She kind of, again, she's not really looking at you. She's got her head kind of pointed down towards the floor, and she's kind of like turning her head a bit, like she's listening.
Oh, wait a second. I just realized something. Did we actually resolve the thing when I asked about her bandages? I think that was when we didn't resolve that yet.
She's like, no, that's all right. It's not a wound.
Yeah, so all the more reason I would say, who are you? In a very, like, kind of surprised way.
She kind of thinks for a moment. May I ask you a question first?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Do you work for the Hut? Timo.
I've never worked for him, so I had to.
Do you work for him right now, though? She asked, and kind of like she's smiling a little bit at your reaction, but she's trying to see, like, before I tell you anything, I want to know exactly who you work for.
I work for only one person, and that is myself. That is why the rest of the crew here are behind this door, and this door is closed. It is just you and me.
Very well, very well. You may call me Zaito.
Zaito? Are you hurt, Zaito?
She thinks for a moment. Mostly my pride.
I'm
a little hungry, but otherwise, I'm all right. And like I said, you see she's standing. She looks a little fatigued, a little tired, but like she's not like favoring a leg, or you don't see any visible wounds on her. She's wearing just like a simple spacer's jumpsuit. You don't see anything clipped to her belt. She has no belongings. It's basically just like a pair of spacer's coveralls. Real simple outfit, nothing too fancy. And those bandages around her eyes, again, they look like they've been there a while. If they're covering anything, it's been doing that for quite some time. If there was a wound, it's an old wound.
I've had my pride hurt today too. My shot was off, and I think some of the crew saw. But trust me, my shot is never going to be off again. My gun is loaded and ready. And I move over to the console, and I click to release the, I guess, however that works, however the space glass receives.
Sure. Now, let's see. But as you're walking over, she kind of perks up at the sound of crew, and, oh, there's more of you. How many?
Let us just say it is us for the moment.
I see. Very well, very well. I'm sorry to pry. You have me at a bit of a disadvantage. when you get to the console, you see that there is a code that has to be put in to open the cells.
So I think the first thing I would try and do is, and I'm sure this is not gonna work, but can I just like take the butt of my rifle and try and break the glass?
You'll know from bounty hunting that these things are designed to resist.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
They don't take chances. You know,
never mind.
People coming in, breaking people out. They're meant to withstand the long haul. You do know that there may be a way to like short circuit the system. There is a safety override that if there is like a power failure, it shuts down. But there is a way to kind of override that and basically put it in all open in an emergency.
So it look kind of like hot wiring it basically.
Essentially, as you're hot wiring it to basically like, you know, let's say, you know, your ship is under attack and you need to abandon ship and you don't want to lose your prize bounty. It's a way to kind of quickly get it open.
Okay.
If say something else is damaged. So this little trick, you know, it's gonna be either I think it's gonna be a computer's check.
Okay.
It's gonna be
I
average
happen-
with a setback.
Average with a setback. So I've got 1 computer, I've got 2 intellect, so that would be 1 green and 1 yellow.
You got it. Against what I say, 2 purple and 1 black. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and let's see what we get. Oh dear. And maybe this might be the good cliffhanger on which we end the session. Maybe if
Sure.
unless you have other things to wrap up, because I just got 3 disadvantages and 2 threats.
You mean failures?
I mean failures. Sorry, failures and what's it? Disadvantage goes to what now?
Disadvantage is the advantage. Disadvantage tracks the environmental things that help or don't help.
So what is the one
Success and
that?
failure.
Advantage threat.
Okay, so I've got 3 of the downward arrow and I've got 2 of the sort of imperial signal.
Sorry, I see what you mean now. 3 failure and 2 disadvantage.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. So I'm gonna say your attempt to hotwire, basically causes the system to lock down.
Oh no.
And you hear from Zaito, that didn't sound good. And she actually pipes up and says, hold on. I believe from hearing Trex put in the code, he was putting it in very quickly. Whatever numbers he was pressing was probably either the same number in a row or ones very close to each other. That's just what I remember hearing. Maybe that will help. And in terms of when you want to end the stream, I have more we can do if you want, or we can end here if people gotta get ready to go. It's up to you guys.
I'm fine with going on. I don't have anything to do.
There's not much. Basically, it's going to be a little bit of exposition. Zaito's going to explain herself, and you guys will have a choice of what to do next. That's basically what I got left.
Do we even know she's in the cargo hold still?
You guys probably don't, although Vex did remember Oscara talking in the hold earlier, so maybe he can tell you about that.
Yeah.
So
I would like to say that Ascar might be going. She was talking to herself in the number 3 hold.
Well, that's
I'm about
odd.
to go in a minute.
are we all good for like? Do you think 10 minutes ought to do it?
I think so. Should be
Okay,
quick.
then I'm game for that if we're all on board.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes, we're all on board the ship.
Okay. So then is that my turn? Are we moving over to the rest of the crew?
Tell you what, let's move over to the rest of them really quick, just
Yep.
enough for them to kind of get up to speed.
Right.
So yeah, go for it, guys.
I'm gonna check out the number 2 hold.
Okay. I'm just going to go real quick with this because I don't want to take up too much time. This is where Trex keeps all of his weapons and spare armor and whatnot. It's not going to be a whole lot of stuff much better than what you have, but there are, some... there's at least 1 blaster rifle, just a standard blaster rifle. There's also, I'm going to say, an armored there's an EVA spacesuit in case you ever need to go out on the hull to do repairs. There's one of those in there. There's also a safe you see in here. If you want to try and crack that, there might be something good inside or not. Or you guys can head on to other stuff.
Let me see. I do have skullduggery. I can try to break open that safe.
Okay.
Difficulty.
Or difficulty for the safe. This is a... Yeah, let's see. It's a mechanical safe. It's going to be, for skullduggery, a hard skullduggery check.
I got a success and 2 advantages.
Well, not only do you pop it open, you just kind of like you're doing that thing where you're listening as you're turning the tumbler over. It's one of those kind of old style ones. You're listening to it, so you now know the combination to get it open, so you can use this in the future. You don't even damage it at all. And inside, you see a stack of 2,000 credits.
That's useful.
Yes, it is.
Next drinks are on me, boys and ladies.
All right. There's also inside there's a couple of vials of some kind of contraband. We'll say it's real.
Spice.
Real
Oh,
spice.
it's real.
Yeah. That stuff.
That could be useful.
Yeah. We'll say it's in terms of value. We'll say you find 2 units of it. I'll look up later what the cost of it is.
That is some wicked stuff. Oof.
It's also, Oscari, you would know that stuff. That stuff's mined on Ryloth,
Yep.
your homeworld.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But you don't know that yet.
I don't know that yet.
That's
No.
happening.
And it's
Out of
worth a
character
lot of
knowledge.
credit.
But yeah, so you guys find that, and that's basically all you find in the second hold.
I gotta say, I might be interested in that blaster rifle.
Yes, absolutely. I believe.
I hand it over to you. You can have it.
Woot!
Ask me next time. I'll look up the stats for it, but I believe it's like a damage.
I think
9?
it's damage 10, actually.
Oh wow. Okay, never mind.
Unless it's like a heavy blaster rifle, I think those are damage 10. You're right, it's damage 9.
Okay, I thought it was damage 9. I'll give you the stats
Crit
for it.
3,
Oh, there you go. Already got it.
long range. I think, well, I don't know if we're doing hard points or not, or encumbrance.
We'll get to that. We'll discuss that off air.
Can I go check on Asira? Oof.
Oscara, absolutely.
Oscara.
Yep, you head down to the number 3 hold. And Oscar, did you lock the door behind yourself, or you just close it behind yourself?
My intent was to lock it. I didn't actually specifically say that. So if we can treat it either way, I don't know how we want to.
Tell you what, in the interest of time, are you okay with it just being closed and not locked?
Yes.
Because that also too would have made. When things lock, it makes a loud kind of kerchunk noise, as
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That would have been really conspicuous. So I'll say you didn't lock it.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yes, I think that
So
sounds
yeah,
good.
Vex, if you want, you can open the door and go inside if you want.
I would like to open the door.
You see Oscara talking to what? Now, Vex, you are actually a medical droid. So if you want, you have onboard sensors. If you want to do a scan of this prisoner, who's still in the glass.
Can I roleplay first?
Of course, yeah.
I open door. Grab names.
Ascara.
Oscara, are you? Oh, ooh. Hello, my lady. Are you okay?
Get in here, Vex. Quickly, shuts the door.
I shut the door.
Zaito is kind of, again, she's looking around, not at anything in particular. Is that a droid I hear?
No. Yes.
No.
Again, she's not really looking at anyone, but you see her purse her lips and kind of like, cool, you have a droid. Maybe the droid can help with the console.
Possibly.
Fine. Vex, do you know anything about this code here?
Can I try do something mechanical here?
Yeah, if you want, you can try and use your mechanic skill to just override the locking mechanism. Just
Okay.
plug in and go. Yep. lock be gone. So that'll be an average check for you.
Okay. And that's 2 success and 3 advantages.
Ooh.
You just, again, you go up to the mechanism. You spend a few moments. There's a couple of sparks that come out as you're cutting away at the locks, and then just like with a little ping, the glass begins retracting up into the ceiling.
I may have
And
misjudged you, droid.
The woman stumbles forward a bit, and
Can Ascara
she's
kind
kind
of
of like
grab her?
her arms are out, and she's feeling around. And I think, like, her hand comes to rest on Vex's arm.
Mm.
She feels for a bit and says, "Oh, droid, thank you. What is your name?"
My name is 41 Vex. I'm a medical droid. Do you need any assistance?
41 Vex, thank you. No, I'm hungry and tired, but I am
Can I
all
do
right.
a-
Thank you,
Can I do a
Master
scan on
Droid.
her?
Yes, you may scan her. This is going to be a medicine roll, and it's going to be what kind of? Do you want to do like a really in-depth scan, or just a quick like, what are the vitals scan?
I would like to do a deep scan.
Deep scan. You want to know basically everything there is to know about this person. Okay,
Ooh.
Yeah.
that is going to be a hard medicine check.
That's 3 die.
3 purple, yes.
Cool.
While Vex is starting to do that, can I? I'm assuming as a bounty hunter, I keep little bits of snacks and like protein bars and things like that handy. Can I grab one to give to Zyto?
Yes. I mean, you pull it out, or what do you do? You pull it out and
I
just
just
kind of hold
reach
it
into
towards
my
her?
belt,
Okay.
whatever belt pouch, and grab it, kind of unwrap it, and just sort of nudge her with my my elbow, and then kind of put it into her hand.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Because she doesn't see you pull
Right,
it out.
right.
Just hold it in front of her.
Yeah. Can you see
I mean, eventually
this?
she'll probably smell.
Do you want food? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. I've been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. I have all the top jokes
Nice.
ready. If you want to.
Awesome.
Anyways, can I say
There it
something?
is.
You're welcome.
I got 3 success, 2 threats, and 1 triumph.
Oh,
Ooh.
I know one of the threats.
okay.
As he takes that bar,
Yes.
I would like to say that he's more dehydrated. So if you would eat it, it would
Mm.
ruin her system, basically.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean.
Zyto, you see her stop and. Oh, that's a good point. I haven't had water in a while.
Yeah, but I want to say she already ate it, and she goes in a medical. Fit.
Oh.
She's like kind of like coughing a bit, and
Yeah.
she's on her knees, kind of collapsed. Let me tell you though what else you get from that scan first. So yeah, what don't you know? You can tell she is about in her late 40s, early 50s. She is. I was gonna say that she's definitely either human or near human. I'm gonna say with that triumph, if you want, you can know her exact species, or you can know some other like fact about her physiology. Your choice.
I would rather have something out of physiology. Blah, words.
Or about her body. Okay.
Yeah.
You get that. You're getting that she obviously is going into a bit of a fit right now because she's dehydrated. You get that she's obviously her kind of age in human years. You also get that from scanning her that not only is she blind, she doesn't seem to have like actual eye organs as you're scanning her. Like it's just there's nothing there where that space, like there's the space in the cranium for where those would be, but it's just soft tissue.
Would I recognize if they were taken? Like
Like was she
torture
born that
or-
way, or was it an
It
accident.
does seem to be a normal part of her physiology. Like you don't see any sign of like damaged tissue there or places where tissue had to regrow and form like scar tissue. It's as if she was born that way. Yes.
Okay, so she was born that way. As he goes in a fit, I would say, Saka, get some water quick, and I will try to stabilize.
All right, that's going to be an for dehydration. That's going to be an easy medical check to try and stabilize. So just 1 purple.
That's 2 successes and 2 advantages.
All right, you get her basically like again stabilized, and she's no longer like convulsing. And she's kind of just like, yeah, clinging onto your metal body and like, thank you. Sorry, I don't know what came over me.
You need some water.
Do I have a
You
canteen
are
I can give?
Yes, I'll say you do. That's
Okay.
a pretty.
You
You were just on Tatooine. Of course you
exactly.
were.
So I hand her my canteen.
And she kind of starts, like, she grabs it and just kind of like starts greedily gulping it down. And that seems to really help. She's able to get back up onto her feet, and she's doing better now. And I'm going to say at this point, the other 2 of you have finished up whatever you're doing. If you want to enter this scene, you can, just to kind of move things along.
Yeah, why not? I'm curious about where the others have gone. And I want to get away from the Wookiee pelts.
All right, so you 2 go ahead and enter the number 3 hold, and as you do, you see this blindfolded woman, and she's kind of standing with like her hands on her knees, kind of still catching her breath as she's recovering.
It's not what it looks like.
I think
Wait,
I
they found this.
I just back out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Not what I was thinking. All right, cool.
Looks like we got a stowaway.
And the woman holds up a finger and says, "Prisoner. I was a prisoner."
Ascara is going to basically put herself in front, like in between Zyto and Passion Lorik, and just kind of in a move, not like a it's not like an aggressive move, but it's definitely one that is protective, and this is very uncharacteristic of Ascara.
Okay, you can absolutely do that. And Zyto kind of takes a step back, kind of aware that someone just moved close to her, and taking a kind of a slow step backwards to give you space. And she asks, "I'm sorry to ask this, but sorry, who else is there?"
I'm Ash, I'm the pilot.
Perhaps. And Lorik, is that? Do I hear a Wookiee? Oh, thank goodness, a Wookiee. That's good. That's good. We have a Wookiee.
Oh, she likes me. I come back into the cargo hold.
Yes, please. Don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if my appearance caused any trouble. Has anyone? I'm sorry to ask this, but has anyone found my walking stick?
I turn to Pash.
What does it look like?
It's a stick. It's made of wood.
Maybe.
I need it to walk. Please.
Oh, okay.
It's my eyes.
Ah. We'll come get it.
Because she doesn't have.
You're so close.
Oh, so
I'm just
Ascara,
kidding, I give it to
Ascara
her.
Gosh, right now.
frowns.
I'm gonna take the stick from him.
It's not nice to tease girls.
And now I just roll my eyes
She's
at
like,
just
please,
Pash.
I literally can't see. I really can't.
It was fun while it lasted.
Thank you, you Slimo. And no, not you. Sorry, the other one, the pilot. And she takes her stick and she does like a couple experimental taps around, and kind of as a person who can't see does, trying to figure out where they are. Lightly bumping against your legs is kind of figuring out where people are, and then she starts to kind of move around a bit, and like, all right, thank you. I'm Zyto. Thank you for freeing me. I owe you all a debt I can't repay right now.
You can pilot for us.
What?
Wait, what?
Oh, it's been a
As
while
Vex pushes
since I've
Pash
flown-
out.
She smiles and is like, "Oh, it's been a while since I piloted a ship. Usually, most people don't let me do that. I can't say why, but
Whoa, easy,
How did
easy,
you-
easy.
how did you come in possession of this ship? I was captured by a Trandoshan, Trex. How did you come to be in possession of it?"
We had an agreement with him.
Yeah, we agreed to throw him out.
And shoot him in
Oh,
space.
I see. I was about to ask. Oscara told me you don't work for Timo or for Trex, which is good. Yes, I'm no friend of either the Hut or the Trandoshan. I was actually... I suppose I should give you a bit of an explanation. I sell my services as a bit of a negotiator, and I was working with a clan of Twi'lek on the planet Ryloth recently. I was helping with a land dispute. That's when Trex captured me and told me that Timo wanted to see me personally. He was bringing me back to deliver me, I assume, when you stopped him from doing so. So again, a deep thank you from the bottom of my heart. The Force be with all four of you. I owe you a debt I cannot repay. All I ask is if you could either drop me off at the nearest spaceport, or if you're willing to take me back to Ryloth, I would greatly appreciate it. I have much work to do back there. The Twi'lek clan, they need my assistance.
I think we have much to discuss, but I think first we need to get you some food and a bed.
All
And
right.
I do hand over one of those foodstuffs.
Oh, from earlier. Okay.
Oh, nice.
I'm
I
looking
kind of look at
time right
Pash and I'm
now.
happy now.
Yeah. I look at the time right now, and if you guys want, this might be a good place to kind of curtail things for now.
Sure.
And we can pick up next time with you guys talking with Zaito and learning more about what she knows. Would that be all right?
Or we
Yeah.
could do a quick astrogation roll and see what our options are for next
Sure.
time.
Yeah, go ahead and... actually, I'm not going to have you make a roll for that just to save time. I know we're getting close to the time limit. I'm going to say, Pash, you remember looking at the astrogation chart, there are basically 3 planets that you can make with the fuel you have right now. One of those is Kashyyyk, as you pointed out. It's the furthest away. Another one is Ryloth. The third option is the planet Geonosis.
Okay. Cool.
And so those are your 3 options. So if you guys want, do you guys have one that you think you might want to start heading towards so that I can start making preparations as a GM?
Well, I mean, there's one that's pretty obvious for me, but I think that I'd like to kind of roleplay it a little bit with the group.
Please do.
Because,
In the
yeah.
remaining time. Let's do it.
Go for it.
Let's see. So let me turn to the main crew. So my back is towards Zaito at the moment.
Mhm.
I was going to originally do a bit more with getting to know Zaito, and now I'm more interested in this. But I'm gonna just make a few like minor assumptions, and if they are totally wrong, Dash, just interject.
No problem.
But I'm gonna turn to the crew and say, I'm sorry I was trying to hide this from you, but I think that we have someone here that I know, or at least know about, and we need to protect her. If you have any loyalty to me as a companion in this journey, you'll not look too deeply into it, but we must go to Ryloth.
Ryloth is in range.
How long will it be until we could get to there?
Hard to say. Based on the Navicomputer, if it's optimized, we should get there in a few days.
I haven't given you much reason to trust me, but can I ask for your trust?
Ryloth is way better than Geonosis, at least, but Kashyyyk might also be a worthy idea.
I do want to, deal with some pelts.
Lorik, I know that you have proven yourself as a worthy warrior, and I know that your planet is one which I know would be a great place to be, one where we could find many brave warriors, but I ask that you think about this. I too come from a warrior background. There's something we must do on my home.
I suppose we can do that. But Kashyyyk next.
I am fine with that.
After we refuel, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the first thing.
I would like to get some argon as well to close that chest off better.
I'm
That
sure
would
we could
also
find
be
something
nice.
on Ryloth. If we land on the far side of the planet, I think I know where we can get all of that.
Zaito also will chime in. Like, I'm sure the clan that I am helping would be more than happy to give you fuel if you are willing to help us. I'm sorry, and she is turning towards Oscara. Your accents. You are Twi'lek.
Yes.
I see. I understand. If you want, I can promise aid on Ryloth. I also do know there was another prisoner with me who was offloaded before me. He was a Geonosian. I could hear him in the cell next to me. And sure enough, if you look, you do see some signs of like some sand and debris in that cell. It's empty right now, but there is some debris in there right now. It looks like bits of sand, maybe a bit of shell or carapace.
So just before she reveals that it was a Trandoshan and a he, I just want to like retcon that I just quickly said was she, and then like you finished the sentence and that was it. So.
Yeah, talking about the Geonosian, you mean?
Yeah, like when she said there was another prisoner, I was just like, was she like making an assumption that it was a female prisoner and just
I see.
but like cut off and yeah. And then I kind of after that point I just sort of shut down and I'm just kind of quiet and stoic again.
Okay. But yeah, so that's the information you guys have. What is the group consensus? Where do you think you're thinking Ryloth next for next time?
Yeah, I think we can agree on that.
Could
Sounds
be
good to me.
profitable.
Then I will prepare. If you guys want to continue, I will prepare an adventure for Ryloth.
Yay!
And we'll go from there. And off air, I would like to discuss the options for leveling up. I'm going to say for both this and the last time's adventure, you guys have 25 experience to play around with.
Ooh,
And again, we'll discuss off air what that experience can be used for.
awesome.
Awesome.
Cool.
But I think we're at a good place now to end this end the adventure. Good job, guys.
Well, thank you.
You solved my spaceship puzzle.
Oh my gosh, Dash, you're an excellent GM. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for your roleplay. Thank you so much, Tech Jockey, for jumping in and being our Pash. And who knows, maybe we'll have to get you in on a regular basis.
My pleasure. Thank you again for inviting me.
Of course,
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you everyone so much, and
Yeah.
Tech Jockey, and I loved the roleplay we got in this back end of the section, and the space combat went well too. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
I-
Okay.
I got to say, I love Vex. I love it.
This is great.
He's quickly becoming. Yeah, I love what you're doing with him. I
Yep.
love it.
Yep. Yeah, and we had some amazing Wookiee rage there. I loved that part.
Oh,
It's so great.
it's so sad though.
But it was, I mean, it
It's
was, yeah, it was well played. I think that's exactly what would have happened in that situation. That makes a lot of sense. So, cool. Well, thank you all. You are the best. I'm going to kind of roll. I'm gonna test something. We'll see if it works. I'm gonna roll the ending credits, but I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go ahead and mute all of you. But thanks again, and I'll see you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
And everyone, with that, we are going to end our stream. As always, do good and be well. I'll catch you next time. That was a blast. That was a total blast. So thank you. And with that, next time we're gonna aim for maybe next month, the next one, or possibly in the next couple of weeks. Not sure. We're gonna try and see how this goes and see where this leads us. But I hope you enjoyed it, and take care. Bye bye.